Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns found themselves down 10 points late in the fourth quarter with the offense showing no signs of life. However, they would score 13 unanswered points in under 4 minutes. The game was capped by a blocked field goal with 27 seconds to go and a game-winning Andre Schmidt field goal with time expiring to give the Browns a 13-10 victory. The Bengals went to Minnesota for their first game without star quarterback Joe Burrow. Backup Jake Browning and the offense struggled throughout the game, and the Bengals lost to the Vikings 48-10. The Guardians had their 10-game winning streak snapped yesterday, but they'll play Detroit in a battle for first place tonight. And the Cincinnati Reds will start a series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're currently in the last wildcard spot. This update is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wake up! Not this one!
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Oh, welcome in. Happy Monday to you. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Good morning, T-Bone.
How you feeling, buddy?
Ready for another week. just ready for another. Happy to be employed and ready for
There
another
you go.
week.
I know that Tyvis has so many jobs where he is. Where were you on Saturday, Tyvis?
Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah. So I saw you Friday.
Yep.
You flew out Friday afternoon to Oregon, do your Big Ten Network, BTN tailgate, Big Ten tailgate.
That was a long day.
Oh,
That was a long day.
I was watching you at the bar. I was out with some friends. My buddy Steve invited me out. We were hanging out at the bar, and I kept looking up, and I saw you, and I kept looking to see, are you going to get him? Because you were running against Kenyon Barner,
Yep.
former Oregon player,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, I knew you beat him previously, so I kept looking up, and then I kept looking, and then suddenly...
They saved it for the end of the show.
Well, then I looked up, and I saw the Oregon game was on, and I'm like, I must have missed it.
Yep.
So
I sent it to you so you could see it.
You did? I texted you, and you said that it happened. I didn't know.
I sent you the video.
Did you? Oh, well, I should have
What's wrong with you?
You should have watched.
You said it looked like you beat him.
Oh, that's okay. That's right. I forgot. It's been a long 2 days for me. I watched a lot of football.
You ain't had to travel over different time zones.
I forgot you said
ain't
it to
barely
me.
get sleep and then had to go to Cleveland.
You know, I was thinking of the old video because the old video you showed me, you dusted him. This one looked close, right? Because did they just have like the chair in the parking lot? Isn't that what you? Okay. Yes. In that video, it looked close.
Well, I think he won. They say he won.
Yeah, they had to.
Which
I think they had
Which
to do
it
that.
didn't bother me. Like, people like, are you upset about it and stuff? And I'm like, no, not necessarily. I think he needed that because he's never beat Ohio State in his life. So, you know, it was nice for him to get that nice dub. And now it makes it interesting because it's 1-1. So, like, now it's like, well, we got to have a tiebreaker at some point. So,
that means you got to go back to Oregon, though.
Well, no, we might do it at the Big Ten Championship. That's where we did it last year from the beginning.
Okay.
Or maybe they might fly him out here whenever we do the Ohio State show. I don't know. But, like, it makes it more interesting. Like, now it's like it actually makes it a rival because up until that point, he's never beat me in anything.
Yeah.
I think we did cornhole. I whooped him in that. Like, he's just not better than me. But he won that race, so I give him his credit.
Well, speaking of losing, producer Dylan Gonzalez. Good morning, Dylan. You lost to your daughter. Your 6-year-old daughter beat you on a video game.
Yes, we played Mario Party Jamboree, and she finally got her first victory over Dad because we've said on the show before, me and Tyvis do not let our kids win. T-Bone does not subscribe to that theory.
I don't care. Let them win.
Her joy and excitement and the amount of crap she was talking amplified by the fact that she earned that dub and it was never given to her.
Okay, that's good. That's fair. So
your daughter's a trash talker?
Apparently she is when she wins.
See, here's what you guys
tasted victory before.
Now, see, one, that's great because I like that a kid has some confidence, right? You need to believe in yourself, and that's good for kids to do. Also, the sad reality of it is I'm so competitive that by letting my kids win, I never have to admit I actually lost. I'm in control of the losing. So
I
let it happen. So so then like you actually got beat, Dylan. Me, I can say like, oh yeah, well of course they won because I like took my hand off the controller for a second so they could do the thing. Or like when we're playing the Go Fish or whatever, it's like, oh, I don't have any, and then they, yeah, I won, and I'm like, I had like 3 of them, but I'm fine. I'll just let them win.
Yeah, no.
Because deep down inside, I can't handle losing.
You know what the sad thing is? I don't see myself ever losing.
That's what I believe with you, is that I know you probably would never let them lose, and you probably would never let them win, and you probably would be good enough to do it.
Neither them or my wife. Like, I just don't see myself losing. When it comes to like an actual sport, I'm not losing.
I know. I've learned this with you. That's why you got to where you did.
I'm about to lose.
It's not just the athletic talent. It's the belief that like you will never lose. I like would go into many a game going, oh, we do not have it today. We are losing this game. I will do my best, but we're probably not winning. So see, that's the difference. That's the big edge that you had as an athlete. That's good. We have to talk about a lot of football today, and of course, we're looking forward to that.
What a weekend.
Dude, we've got all that to get into. We've got some priceless audio, sadly from a Michigan man that I actually...
You like him, huh?
I found myself liking the Michigan interim coach, so we'll talk about that. The Reds and Guards both are in the thick of the playoff race. Guards are pretty much sealed up a spot, not to like put it on them, but they are in a playoff spot now.
Yeah, they got the wild.
They've got the wild card, but also like there's what is it like? I think the Rangers. The Rangers are like 5 games. The Rangers are like 5 games back of them and the Astros. So that is not over, but they play the Rangers at the end of this week to close out the season. So it's still a chance the Rangers come back. But
see, why settle for the wild card when you 1 game out?
Well, and then you've got that series tomorrow. It starts with the Tigers, where you could win the division theoretically.
When the Guards had a long winning streak, I think it was a month ago. Maybe it was in the end of July.
I mean, they just had one until yesterday.
I'm talking about a different one.
Okay, yeah, because they've strung together a few of them.
I said,
you talking about when they was like playing Houston and all of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That was. I think that was end of July.
Yeah, I said, don't look now, but the Guards could win the division.
It was like 15 games back at the time.
It was like 5 once they had went on that little run. And I had said, that I think they could maybe make a run at the division. And I'm going to go back because I like to hold grudges and keep receipts. Someone in the chat told me to put down the crack pipe. Well, not putting it down.
Hey, man, I don't blame him. I would have told you the same thing because I don't think anybody who was paying attention to this looked at it and said, really? Like, I know. Look, I even said it last week where I'm like, are they really going to do this, or are they just going to string us along, get us close, and then rip everybody's hearts out, right? And that still may happen. I doubt it because of where it is, because they are pretty securely in a wild card spot now. But, yeah, now you've got dreams of, if you're a Guards fan, winning the division. The Tigers' collapse has been epic, but the Guardians making them collapse, putting that pressure on them, has also been a key reason why this has happened. Everything's working for the Guards right now. I know yesterday they lost that game, but what a run they've been on. So now you've got this huge series with the Tigers to try to close it out. You play 2 teams that you're fighting for with the division and the wild card to close out the season. So just the playoffs are kind of already here for the Guardians, but I love that. Same for the Reds. I mean, the Reds don't play the teams that they're going up against, but they are in a playoff spot. They and the Mets have the final wild card. They are both tied for that. And then I want to say, I believe that it's in that division, Diamondbacks are like a game back of them. The Giants are 3 back.
Yep.
So and the Diamondbacks, by the way, they play the I want to say they play the Padres and the Dodgers. So good luck with that, right? That's your situation. The Reds have a little bit easier record, or a little easier way. They're playing Pittsburgh and Milwaukee. So
Milwaukee should have stuff sealed up.
Well,
so those
there's
games
that
shouldn't
too.
Matter to them.
Well, and the Dodgers should too. I mean, they're ahead in the division. The Padres are still kind of chasing them for that, but they are well in the wild card spot too. So both those teams theoretically could have their fate settled by the time, at least when they get to that Padres series. So for the Reds, the point is, we're talking a lot about the Guardians. I've seen a lot of people posting about the Guardians. The Guardians have this amazing run because they actually have a chance to win their division. But the Reds, I thought, were kind of dead in the water with the wild card, and now they're in a playoff spot. So you could have both Ohio teams in the playoffs, which would be, that's a great story. So as much as we're going to talk plenty of football, it's a reaction Monday here on The Fan. We've got lots of stuff to get to in that regard. it is also a pretty shocking development to see both the Reds and the Guardians where they are. But yeah, baseball is obviously on our mind. And I'm wearing some Blue Jacket stuff today. Blue Jackets started off their preseason last night. So we are getting Jackets. Hockey is starting up. I know basketball is going to be starting up here soon. This is getting to me. October is probably my favorite time of year when we come to sports because you've got football is in full swing, meaningful games happening everywhere. You get hockey going, you get basketball going. And baseball is in, I mean, literally the best baseball games of the year, right? I mean, I think October, you can't beat it for me. So we're getting close. We're not there yet, September, but we're getting to the point. My favorite time of year when it comes to sports.
October 28th will be our first sports equinox.
Oh, is that when they're all playing all pro team, all 4 pro leagues are going at the same time?
Yep.
Beautiful. And I didn't even have to mention the crew. Just crapping their season away. Which is really...
You always got to put it. You got to be Debbie Downer.
Well, no, I had a buddy text me. He's like,
just not said nothing.
I had a buddy text me. He's like, you're not talking a lot of crew lately. He's like, you know why? Because they're pissing me off, and I'm frustrated, and I don't know where to go with this. They keep dropping points, and they beat Atlanta last week, but they were up 5 goals. They won 5-4. They just keep having mental lapses down the stretch in these games. It's going to make it tough to make the playoffs, or if they get in, what they can do in it anyway. So plenty of things to get to right now.
They're in the last spot right now, right? Is that right?
But the way they're playing, they are going to have to work hard to hang on to that. It's entirely frustrating to see where they've gone the last. And I know it's injuries, a couple other things, but hey, trading away your best player 2 weeks before the start of the season probably wasn't the best idea. That was Cucho Hernandez gone out the door like right before the season starts. He's on all the season ticket stuff. He's on all the like, hey, we're playing Miami up in Cleveland. Come out and watch Cucho versus Messi, and then boop, see you later. Gone. So I'm still a little pissed about that. But anyway, plenty to get to start off today.
Couldn't tell.
No. When we come back, Tyvis, you were up in Cleveland. You were covering the game. The Browns had an epic victory. We will talk about that and what the hell happened to the Bengals. All of that coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. We are noticing a ramp closure for folks in Plain City and Dublin this morning. This is happening on 33 and 161, that eastbound ramp to 270 eastbound. We had a crash out in the distance there. We are still noticing that ramp closure because of it. Thankfully, the detour is not that bad. Take 161, continue it past that ramp eastbound to Sawmill Road. Go up northbound that direction. That will get you back onto 270 once again in that eastbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a NeoGraft treatment.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Oven-baked French toast. Hot, melty cheese. And meat. And meat. And meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast sandwich, piled with bacon, sausage, and Canadian bacon. United Dairy Farmers. Mornings made for you.
Good morning, Columbus. It's going to be a good day, and it's going to be big. With the biggest morning news team in Central Ohio, Good Day Columbus. The biggest news, weather, and traffic in town every day. Bringing you over 5 hours of breaking news, live reports, and continuing coverage, and stories that'll make you smile. First Warning Weather gets you ready for the day ahead, and Steer Clear Team Traffic will get you to work on time. Good Day Columbus, weekday mornings on ABC 6. It's going to be a good day.
Hello, it's Robin Roberts here.
Hey guys, it's George Stephanopoulos here.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Strahan here. Wake up with Good Morning America.
Robin, George, Michael, GMA, America's favorite #1 morning show. The morning's first breaking news, exclusive interviews, what everyone will be talking about that day. Put some good in your morning and start your day with GMA.
Good Morning America.
Tomorrow morning starting at 7 on ABC 6.
Your home, your comfort, your family, that's everything. Big companies shout, big ads scream, but trust is quiet. It's a tech who fixes instead of sells. A family business here since 66. Northland Heating and Cooling, your local Lennox premier dealer. Honest comfort, real people, real peace of mind. Northland Heating and Cooling.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some isolated chances of showers and storms this morning, otherwise mainly dry with wake-up temperatures in the upper 60s. And then this afternoon, we will see a mild and humid day with temperatures in the upper 70s and scattered showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon to early evening, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds. And then we will see some clearing overnight with lows in the mid-60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
What's the point of watching football all weekend if you can't overanalyze it?
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. The next time Tyvis hits a home run in softball will be the first time Tyvis hits a home run in softball. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Big, huge weekend in the NFL and in college football. So we've got a ton to get to with that. Our overachiever of the week coming up at 7:45. We actually have a few nominees for that today. 8:30, we will talk to our guy Joshua Perry. The breakdown coming up with him. All things college football.
Is just Josh.
You can call him Josh. That's he likes to go by Joshua, so I respect that. I call him Joshua.
No,
my guy.
You respect him by saying Josh Perry.
That's what you do. You played with him. That's different. It's like when
JP
Dick from Dayton calls you and says
my
Tyvis. It's a sign of respect.
Oh my God.
You were on that Browns post game yesterday. That had to be a lot of fun, given the previous post games you've done this year.
Every time
that win had to be great.
Every time I see his name on the screen, I go, "Here we go." Hi Jeff. Hi Titus.
What was the screenshot you sent us? Because we have like call screeners in radio that show you what the guys are going to talk about.
I didn't even see what he was going to talk about. I just see Dick from Dayton, and I see, "Here we go."
He said no. He had a line though that was perfect because he said it like his comment that they put on the screen was they sure did play hard. And it's like, yes, that is exactly what I expect from Dick from Dayton. But the Browns did play hard. I'll give him that credit.
Browns is the Browns was I tell you what, up until the fourth quarter with I don't know, 4 minutes, whatever it was in the game, they were dead in the water. And the whole story.
And why?
The whole
why?
story. I'm about to tell you, the story out of that game was going to be, we are wasting this Hall of Fame defense right now because Joe Flacco and company are horrendous on offense. They can't get 10 yards. That's what it seemed like.
And then what happened?
And then they ended up getting the field goal. Grant Delpit said, you know what? I'll do it myself, which was a very good high IQ play by Grant Delpit. What he did was...
He had on the interception.
Yeah, what he did was, which is something that he did a couple of years ago when they played Pittsburgh, but he does a really good job of disguising like he's playing man-to-man. So Jordan Love comes to the line. He sees that he's outside leverage on this guy. They're playing man-to-man on this tight end. This tight end's going to go over, which means once he goes over, I'm going to hit that slant window. Well, Delpit was like, I'm going to show you like I'm playing man, but I'm not in man. I'm actually just roaming. And he like read the quarterback's eyes, sat in that slant window and picked it off perfectly. Even ran Jordan Love over. It was kind of funny. So that was like the turning point of the game. And then Quinshawn coming in and being that guy that just finished it. It's like they took all the momentum. That stadium went crazy.
Oh, I bet.
When they did that. They was in the dog pound and everything. It was an unbelievable feeling. And then, just to get the stop and then, to get the block field goal, which 3 block field goals in the NFL is...
Dude, the end of that...
I don't know what's going on.
The end of that Browns game, right? So they block the field... So the Browns come back and get that touchdown to tie it up. And then here come the Packers. And it's like, great, they're going to kick this field goal.
Yep.
And then we're just... All this comeback just to lose anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They blocked that field goal. Now they've got the ball, and what do they have, like 30 seconds or something?
First of all, I'm mad G New didn't scoop and score. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how you overrun that. If anything, you kick the ball. Like if you're gonna err, you hit it or kick it forward. So
well, at the very least, because if they fall on it, then you get the ball. You get the ball there, right?
Yeah, the play's dead, so you might as well just kick it forward or something. But anyways, so I was mad at that. But the fact that they got it, I was thinking to myself, well, now it's going to come down to the kicker. Because honestly, when they scored the touchdown, when Quinshawn scored, I said, now, if this kicker missed this extra point.
Hey, man, Andre Schmidt, I've never doubted him. What a guy. He's the best.
Hey, Schmidt
My
happens.
guy, Schmidt happened. That's right. Happened to the Packers.
Ultimately, it was great for him. Did you know that his mother passed away from brain cancer or something like that?
A couple weeks before he got the training camp.
Yeah, like July or something like that. So it was a great for him to have that moment because just 2 weeks ago, they were trying to run him out of town.
I was trying to run him out of town. Who's they? Me.
Tried to run him.
T-Bone said, get rid of this guy. Cut him. What are we doing?
All Browns fans hated him and despised him, man. It was nice for him to have that moment, and he nailed it right down the middle. So it was a great walk-off win, and then they carried him. They picked him up and carried him. So it was a good moment.
That's what makes sports fun is when someone redeems themselves. And I love people who are like, what do you have to say now? It's like, I have to say good job for making the kick. Like, the only reason I don't hate this guy, I was mad at him because he missed. If he makes it, people are like, what do you have to say now? Like, if Joe Flacco next week goes out and throws for 400 yards, what do you have to say now? Great.
It's about time.
Good job. Thank you.
It's about time. But ultimately, as much as we celebrate the way everybody wants to get into the nitty-gritty, a lot of people were screaming for the Dylan Gabriel train. I was talking to some of the reporters in the press box, and we were just talking about just how the Browns got to where they're at in the future of this team. And, those conversations obviously wasn't good, but ultimately it was nice for them to get a win, and then I started to think like, wow, they could have been 2-1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
2-1.
If you hit that field goal, it's 2-1 and you feel a lot different about how this season's going. But it was good to see them get the victory. It still stands that the offense, Kevin Stefanski calls an offense that I am not a fan of.
A lot of people aren't.
And that may be limited by who you have at quarterback. That could also be part of it.
For a while, I was blaming Kevin too. I was like, man, what is this? But then I watched the game yesterday, and it's really not. Joe just wasn't throwing the ball. For some odd reason, Joe is not who he was 2 years ago. And I'm not blaming it on the age or anything like that. He's become a check down guy, and I don't understand it.
He can't. I'm telling you, he can't fit it into windows. He doesn't have the arm.
But see, 2 years ago, I feel like his mentality shifted because 2 years ago when he got off the couch, it was, I'm just going out there and letting the ball fly. Like, I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just letting it go because I'm playing with house money. What do I have to lose? And you would think Now he should be having the same mentality, but for some odd reason, he's like cautious. And dude, you're going to throw the picks anyway. We know you're going to throw the picks. What made you special was if you threw 2 picks, you at least threw 4 touchdowns. Like, do something like that. But right now, like, it was a play that they ran where, like, Isaiah Bond was wide open across the middle, and he, like, checked it down. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So, like, he's missing reads. And my thing is, if he's gonna play like that and miss reads, well, you might as well go with the young guy. Like,
that's exactly. I'm saying
you might as well just go ahead and put the young guy in there.
That's a fun. Now though, the thing is, look, the whole idea that they had was let's get the young guy, not have him go out there and get his head caved in by all these great defenses they're going up against. Well, now you beat one of those teams inexplicably, right? I mean, this is one of the biggest lines of the week, and the Browns ended up not. Obviously the Packers didn't cover it. The Browns won outright, a huge upset. Mm-hmm. But now you've got a chance that if you can, scrape together another win somehow, this defense is good enough that you could go win some games. But you need an offense that complementary football, all that stuff that they were talking about this off week, right? But now you got to go out and do it. On the Bengals side of things, 48-10 is the final score. And that I don't think indicates just how lopsided this game was. I watched a good amount of this game. Dylan, you watched a good amount of this game. Bengals were like no. They started out moving the football, and it was like an equal contest. And then this dude Isaiah Rodgers happened, where their corner takes a touchdown back for 80 yards, like he intercepts the ball and runs it back 80 yards, picks up a fumble and runs that into the end zone.
That he also forced.
He's the only player in NFL history to force 2 fumbles or recover 2 fumbles, one of the two, and also take 2 turnovers to the house. Like, you could chalk it up to just that and say, oh, well, they had, 34 points at halftime. And most of that came off of these turnovers and just sloppy play. But when I would say it was probably after that second scoop and score touchdown, Dylan, like that was where
that was it.
To me, the Bengals after that just kind of like gave up as far as giving any type of effort. They were trying to make plays, but if the play didn't happen, they're not chasing guys down. They're not. No, it was. They can't make a trade.
Everybody was talking about. No, they were talking about trade for Kirk Cousins, but they didn't bench Michael Penix for Kirk Cousins. So it's like.
Oh, they said Michael Penix is still the starter. They just took him out of the game because it was lopsided.
But can you afford to trade Kirk Cousins?
Falcons, Panthers shut him out. Am I right?
Yeah. 30 rip.
Oof, that's bad.
No, going back to Isaiah Rodgers, though, too. I hate to use the Q word, but I think the Bengals quit.
They looked like it.
So if I remember right, it was the pick 6. Then Isaiah Rodgers punched the ball out, recovered it, took it back to the crib, and then he punched it out again on Jamar Chase. And when Jamar Chase fumbled, I really think the Bengals quit.
Yeah,
today's not our day. This one guy is just killing us, and it's not our day. It's over, and I think they quit after that.
The other thing, very quickly, and we can get into this later, but Zach Taylor called an offense that made no sense to me. At least to start that game. Then, after they get down by 30 points, then he starts doing what he should have done, which is get the ball out of his hands. But initially, it's like you have Jake Browning. He throws picks. You don't want him sitting back there too long and overthinking this. Get the ball out of his hands quick. Instead, he's calling all these routes that's let these guys get down the field and get open. It's like, sure, I know you've got these stud wide receivers, but get the ball out of his hands. You have no offensive line. Vikings defense, good.
Cincinnati.
I don't understand how you saw the difference between him and Kevin O'Connell. Like, they both are dealing with backup quarterbacks. One of them actually coaches. The other one is just like, well, I don't have Joe Burrow, so I'll just run the same offense, I guess. I don't know.
Cincinnati needs to learn how to run the ball.
Oh, they can't. Yeah,
Joe Burrow can go out there and win a 7-on-7 game. Jake Browning cannot. He cannot.
Exactly right.
You have to get better at running the ball and take some pressure off him, because right now you're like, hey, Jake, you got these weapons. Go out here and win us the game. And right now he's not the guy to do that.
Chase Brown had 10 carries for 3 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. That's partially on him, but that's also on, you've got to call something that's not just stupid. Call a better game or get someone else to call it if you're not capable of doing that. So
3 yards. Star running back, 10 carries, 3 yards.
Going back to the Browns real quick, Rusty makes a good point in the chat. He said, I think the news story is how fast will the NFL suspend Judkins since he's the only offense for the Browns.
Probably so. They still have to decide on that.
Hey, when I tell you if that happens, that would deflate the balloon. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be all she wrote. That would be all she wrote for the Browns.
All right. So we'll come back with Clip That in 2 minutes. I have sound from Michigan Man that I didn't think I would find this guy to be enjoyable, but I like this quote. You will hear it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Monday. Well, a heads up for folks who live out on the east side, especially by the airports. We are still noticing lane closures in that 270 area, both directions right at Hamilton Road. It started on Sunday, will be lasting till next Saturday, September 27th. But definitely note these overnight hours definitely shouldn't impact some commutes here, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Behind the O. Buckeye fans, Behind the O is now in the App Store. Free for fans, NIL for athletes. Download the Behind the O app today.
The waterworks techs have heard it all. Screeching furnaces, dripping pipes, strangled garbage disposals, overflowing toilets. Did a spooky surprise catch you off guard? Who are you going to call?
No, not them. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222. We provide better care, better value, better results, and we'll take on any drain or heating and cooling nightmare to come your way. Happy Hallow Waterworks.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax, and not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Hi, this is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we're offering an amazing $12,000 off MSRP on a new Ford Bronco Badlands. This offer is only from Krieger Ford, so come see us on Morris Road or visit KriegerFord.com today. Home of the Krieger Commitment. Best cars, best people, peace of mind.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Oh! Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
So over the weekend, Michigan went on the road to Nebraska. They played a game where, I don't know, if you think Nebraska's any good, it was a very impressive win for Michigan, I guess. In either case, Michigan got the job done. They go out and beat Nebraska by a score of, I don't know why I don't have it in front of me.
I think it was 20-17?
20-17. 30-27. It was similar scoreline, but yeah. Well, it was a 3-point game. But here's the thing. After that game, Biff Poggi, we talked about him last week. He is like an interesting man. He's a self-made millionaire. He was the interim coach because obviously Sharon Moore is taking his suspension when he got to pick his games.
Well, he back now.
Now he is. Till next year when they play overseas. Either way, Biff Poggi was asked after the game, how are you going to celebrate this nice win for Michigan? And here's what he said.
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar and then probably go to the hospital.
I mean, that's a great line. There's no denying that's good. And by the way, I would sign up for 2 of the 3. I would sign up for the Haagen-Dazs, and I would sign up for the cigar. I don't necessarily want to go to the hospital, but I get what he's saying. That's probably not the healthiest thing to do, a man of his age and size, but sure, let him live.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. I'm glad they was able to do that. I want them to be Are they undefeated? They still undefeated.
No,
right?
they lost to Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, I want them to be as good as possible when we play them.
See,
I wanted to be like, I want them to be right on the cuff of making the CFP. That's fair. That's right there is sweet revenge. Where if they beat the Buckeyes, they'll make the CFP, but if they lose, they out. I want the stakes to be that high.
You and I differ on that. I have said many a year I would rather Michigan lose every game. I don't care if that means anything for the Buckeyes. I just want them to lose every game, and then Ohio State beats them by 50. But that all said.
No, if it think about everything I just said was on the line. The CFP was on the line. The Big Ten was on the line.
I understand.
And we beat them by 50.
We both want Michigan to suffer. We want it to happen in different ways. I want them to suffer every week. You want them to be built up and to think it's going to be great and then to have their hopes crushed.
Well, that's what they did to us.
Well, that's fair. I'm saying we both want the same thing. We just disagree about how to get there, and that is fine. That's America, my friends, honestly. But go ahead, Dylan.
On the Nebraska side of this, though, as someone who had Nebraska as their dark horse playoff team and had Nebraska covering this game as their best bet on Friday, they were just, okay, here's Michigan's touchdowns, okay? 37-yard touchdown run, 75-yard touchdown run, 54-yard touchdown run. Like, they were just getting gashed. If they would just have not allowed so many big plays from Michigan, and in the first quarter, they could have easily been up 10-0. They turned it over on downs, down deep in Michigan territory, and then they missed a field goal. And then they allowed all these big plays. Like, Nebraska had this game in the bag, and they just...
they crapped it away.
Why do you say this like
you're
you
right.
shocked?
You're right. This is Nebraska to a T.
Whoever could have saw this coming? The world.
I didn't. Well, here's where I was wrong. I think I had the
Dylan Raiola is not who you think he is. Him decommitting from Ohio State was unbelievably the greatest thing that's ever happened to Ohio State.
My perception was that Nebraska would be good on defense because they have been good on defense, but apparently they lost so much from their defensive line from last year, and it took me looking it up in the middle of the game to figure that out.
You know who's trash? They offensive line. And Dylan Raiola has no pocket presence or awareness because he don't know. I don't know if he don't know these sacks. Like, he just stands there and just takes them. I'm dude,
that was so annoying.
What are you doing?
I'm watching that game, and the annoying thing was they kept talking about it on the broadcast where, he really doesn't like the Pat Mahomes comparisons. And it's like, well, someone should tell him to shave his face and get a different haircut and change his number do his
God made him that way.
No, the barber did. The barber did that part. All that, and the fact you wear the exact same outfit that you're just fine. He doesn't want to be compared to Pat Mahomes. Good news. No one will, because you can't play like him. You're not even close. But the other part of that, watching this game, every time he would drop back to pass, and then he would stand there, and it's 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, throw the ball, 4 Mississippi, 5, throw the ball, and then he would take a sack, and as he would get hit, he'd be down on the ground, and the first thing he would do is slam the ball down. Damn it, how did this happen? And it's it's you. You're the problem. You hang on to the ball too long, and
I think Taylor Swift got a song like that.
Yeah, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, exactly right. That's you, Dylan Raiola. Now, that's a different Kansas City teammate of Pat Mahomes that you try and emulate there. But either way, the point here is he sucks. He's not good.
Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan Raiola is just he shouldn't say he sucks. He's just a guy. 100%. And when your defense lets everyone get a free highlight reel touchdown running through the middle of their defense, that's not a good recipe for success. But Dylan, you are right that they were up 27-17 and should have been able to put that game away, and they couldn't because they just flat out cannot play well on defense. And I don't care about Matt Rule's year 3 rule. What I know is that Nebraska team has lost 28 straight games to ranked teams.
Hey, they're still going to win 10 games.
Do you think?
Because their schedule is well, actually, their schedule's not. Is it hard?
They have USC and Penn State, I believe.
Yeah, you're right.
Their only tough games.
You're probably their remaining schedule is.
TNE. Oh well, you count the bowl.
Well, if I remember correctly, before this game, it was kind of like whoever wins this game has a real inside track to the playoffs. Because here's Nebraska's schedule: Michigan State at home, at Maryland, at Minnesota, Northwestern at home.
Maryland, you better watch out for Maryland.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying USC at home, UCLA on the road. Good, that'll be fun. At Penn State, loss. And then Iowa to close out the season in their rivalry game. That's a schedule where if you had won this game, you could see at worst probably 2 losses there, right? And then you're in the mix for a playoff spot with that. The sad part is now Michigan kind of has the same thing going for them because they won this game. Yes, they have the loss to Oklahoma, but it was kind of bad. But in the grand scheme of things, that'll get forgotten about if they win the rest of these games. Michigan plays Wisconsin at home, at USC, not easy but winnable. Washington at home, at Michigan State for a rivalry game, theoretically. Purdue, at Northwestern, at Maryland. And then, of course, you get Ohio State at home. So this is a schedule they, too, could easily end this if the Buckeyes get them. They could win out the rest of those games and have a 2-loss season and be in the playoffs.
Do you think that the Wolverines will develop Bryce Underwood as a passer?
I think he's got all the tools to be a great player. I really do.
I agree with you, but I mean,
they have to actually let him throw the football.
He went 12 for 22 for 105 yards.
No, because they don't let him do anything fun with the football when it comes to throwing it. What finally they are letting him do is
ain't got no receivers.
They're letting him run the ball. And he can do that.
Ever since Sharon been out,
right?
He's been running the ball. I don't know what's going to happen next week.
Listen, the reality is you can judge him now, and I would love to say, yeah, he's cooked. Don't even believe in that guy at all.
Who?
Bryce Underwood.
I wouldn't say he's cooked.
No, but some people are. They're like, oh, he's overrated. He's that. I'm telling you right now, you give him a full year in college football. And you let someone there actually let him throw the ball down the field because he has the arm to do it. Like, he will be a dangerous weapon, and he terrifies me still for this Ohio State game because you're not playing him now. You're going to play him at the end of all this where he's figured out some of that stuff. And if he's anything like they say he is, you're going to get a much better version of him. But you saw glimpses of it in this game, and that was enough for me to say, like, he is going to be a problem come the end of November.
Side note, did you say that the Colts should tank?
Are we going to do this now? I got so many other things to talk about.
Somebody in the chat said that you need to apologize. You need to admit that
I probably did.
You said they should take, because I remember I said that they was going to win the division.
Maybe I said the Colts should tank. I know I said the Browns should tank. I did say that. I don't remember saying the Colts should tank, but if I did, I'll own it. That's fine.
The whole show's taped. We can go back.
That's right. We can. I am going to tell you this.
I just know I took them to win that division, and I'm looking like a genius right now.
All right. You know what? We can talk about the Colts next because I have a hot take about the Colts and Daniel Jones, and we will talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, we are noticing some major backups after a crash in New Albany. It's happening on that 161 eastbound direction, just past 62 and over by Beach Road this morning. We are noticing a right lane blocked out there. We are down to single digits, folks, when it comes to travel times. 6 miles per hour over by that 161 eastbound direction. Once again, over by Beach Road. Not looking good. A lot of backups, a lot of brake lights this morning. Do pay attention here. Do be very mindful. The road a little bit restricted, but not closed as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic. Making it happen.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. My name is Angie, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. How can I help you today?
Great. You're still there. It must be like 3 a.m.
We're always here 24/7. What can I do for you?
I know it's late, but I wanted to ask you about the best place to set up my router.
It's never too late. We'll have you up and running in no time.
Only Spectrum has 24/7, 100% U.S.-based customer support. It's only everything. Spectrum fiber-powered internet. It's the fastest and most reliable internet. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com or follow Bobcat Enterprises Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and football season is here at Columbus, and Germain Toyota of Columbus has the winning plays. Drive home a brand new 2025 Tacoma SR5, just $269 a month for 36 months. 10,000 miles a year. Or power up with the Tundra, now just 1.75 APR for 72 months. Don't wait. These deals, they won't last long. Stop by Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or shop anytime at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Other stations in town have started using AI voices. It's because they're cheap and they think you're stupid. Well, we may think you're stupid, but we don't think you're cheap, damn it. We're live and local with real people. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tons of football today on a Reaction Monday. We will get your thoughts. You can always tweet us those at Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter, or hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis, and you will be right there in the chat. Joining Quentin, who said Browns are going to the Super Bowl. You've seen enough.
Wow.
You've seen enough.
Wow.
AJ is in there saying the Bengals continue to never win in Minneapolis. They couldn't do it at the Metrodome. Now they can't do it at US Bank Stadium. That is true. Also, Rusty is there. LW is there. LW is the one who said it's time for T-Bone to admit he was wrong about the Colts should tank. Indiana Jones is legit. Your guy, Daniel Jones. You still like Danny Dimes, I think, but the Indiana Jones nickname is catching on.
No, Danny Dimes is dead. Indiana Jones is the guy.
I tend to agree, and he yesterday
I don't disagree either.
He looked all right. 18 of 25, 228, and a touchdown, no picks. Playing very solid football there for them as the Colts destroy the Titans 41-20. Now, we do not do a ton of Colts discussion, but since they are 3-0, and since apparently I said they should tank, which I don't remember, but I'll own it and say I did.
You probably did.
I probably did, because I'm a hater on almost anything and everything. So that's probably true. Are you feeling good about this Colts team? Like, do you think they are for real? Or are you?
I mean, they playing some good ball. They're playing some good ball.
They're playing some good ball against some tremendously awful competition.
Well,
can we say that?
Which is the entirety of their division, so they'll be okay for the rest.
That's fine. That's fair. But I just want to be cautious about Daniel Jones is the greatest quarterback since sliced bread. He looks good now because they are playing some truly, I think, terrible defenses. But I'm not ready to crown him quite yet. It is September. But I will give them, I didn't think they were starting 3-0. I'll give you that. I didn't think they would. They are, and then, by the way, they're beating the bad teams by a lot. Like the Titans yesterday, they beat by 3 touchdowns. They demolished the Dolphins, a couple weeks ago to start the season. Only game that's been close is the game they should have actually lost when they played the Broncos, but they didn't lose that game. They won it. So let them live. They had a chance to kick a field goal in that game, and it didn't happen. Then they got bailed out by a penalty. They kicked the field goal after the penalty, won the game. So, yeah, Colts are 3-0. I'll give them their credit for that.
I think that Danny Dimes is Indiana Jones.
Put some respect on his name.
I apologize. He's running the offense that Shane Steichen always wanted. And I think that Shane Steichen is a really good play caller. And everybody was you can see the frustration that he probably had because Anthony Richardson couldn't get that done. The fact that Daniel Jones is coming in there and able to run this offense and be able to make all these guys look good shows me that Anthony Richardson truly was holding them back. But also, I want to point out, again, just like Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones went to the Vikings. Now, granted, I don't think he played for the Vikings, but he was under Kevin O'Connell, so he learned some things there. Kevin O'Connell, again, I keep telling you, he does a really good job of helping people see the game. Now, the J.J. McCarthy thing, I don't know what that's about.
That just shows you that he can't even fix that. He can't fix everybody. But yeah,
I mean, J.J. McCarthy played one horrendous game.
No, he played 7 horrendous quarters and 1 quarter that has rewritten the narrative for him. But he was so bad, they've sent him away with a fake injury for a month to get him right. So
why would he fake an injury?
Because they know he's bad and he needs more time. That's what I say. Anyway, that's a conspiracy theory. I know it's not true, but I'm going to say it anyway. Back to the Colts. They are benefiting right now. To me, they may be the best team in the AFC. I don't know. Their offense does, to your point, look awesome.
I told you, they got weapons everywhere.
They do, and as I think the bigger thing that I take away from all of this is if you have a quarterback who is not actively hurting your team in that offense, that offense can be really good, right? But does that mean Daniel Jones by himself is just electrifying and great? It could be, man. Confidence is a hell of a thing, too, for a quarterback. When you're actually making plays, you think your arm talent is there, and then you actually do make those plays, that starts to, breed more success, right? If you believe in yourself as you go back there, you don't feel like the game's going too fast for you. I want to highlight one of the worst coaches in the NFL. And I know it's not exactly a huge amount of time we've got to see this guy, but
man,
Brian Callahan sucks. That guy is a bona fide idiot. If you watch the end of that first half, let me tell you how this went down, okay?
You sound like Stephen A.
Listen to this.
He is a bona fide scrub. Okay. He can't play. No disrespect.
Let me say, full disrespect on Brian Callahan. He can't coach, and he's dumb. Here's what happened in the end of that first half. So Titans lined up. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Right? So it's like, yeah, we're going to go out there and go for it. Colts call the timeout to adjust. Then they line up again. And then inexplicably, the Titans call a timeout because it's like, well, did you not think they were going to adjust to what you're doing? Of course they are. Then the Titans decide we're not going to go for it. We're going to kick field goal. 57-yard field goal. They took a delay of game. After, like I just said, both teams called a timeout. They then decided during the second timeout, let's kick field goal. They went out, lined up, took a delay of game, missed a 62-yard field goal. Colts then got the ball at the 48-yard line of the Titans, and then they drive down to the 24-yard line. They hit a field goal at the end of the half to make it a 13-point deficit. That is a just coaching malpractice. That is so stupid. And that is Brian Callahan being an idiot and in over his head there with the Titans. So what I'm telling you is the Colts may actually be great. They may be the best. Just let's keep things in perspective. They should have lost to the Broncos, who I don't think are a great team. They're a good team. But you don't believe in the Broncos either, right? I mean, they're okay. They're okay.
I think that's a solid team. I think they're going to be one of those ones that's teeter in the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, that wouldn't shock me. If they don't make the playoffs, that wouldn't shock me.
So the only solid team they played this year, they should have lost that game, but then ended up getting bailed out by a penalty, right? So the other 2 games they played are against 2 coaches who should be fired, right? With the Dolphins and with the Titans. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Let's wait till October to say that the Colts are just this generational team. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
So next week, they play the Rams this upcoming week.
Now, I'll give them something for that.
They beat the Rams, and it's in L.A.
Sure.
So they beat the Rams. Wait a minute. So let's get this documented. If they beat the Rams, they legit.
I'll give them a lot more credit than I'm giving them now.
Everybody hear this. If y'all riding around and then y'all in the YouTube chat, y'all hear T-Bone say this. Now, when they do this.
When
they do this and go 4-0, okay. I don't want to hear it. I want you to apologize.
I will apologize. I want everybody in the YouTube chat, when the Rams win by 10, come back in and say, all right, maybe it was a little too early to,
You want to crowd them? Then crowd
their ass. Yeah, not yet. I'm just asking, let's not have, it's Reaction Monday, and it's overreactions a lot of times. I'm just pointing out that there may be some flaws in this idea that the Colts are just a bona fide super team. Let's see them do it a couple times against some good competition, and I'll start to get there with you.
Speaking of the Rams plus 3.5 is one of the most disgusting bad beats I've ever had in my entire life. They're lining up to kick a field goal to win the game down 1. Block it, scoop it, score. It doesn't matter. Just fall on the ball, man.
No.
Jordan Davis, just fall on the ball.
How you mad at him?
I'm so mad at Jordan Davis.
He knew what the spread was.
Jordan Davis might be up there on my hate list with Baker Mayfield right now. He's up there. He cost me some serious dough. Baker didn't cover the spread, so I'm not that upset with Baker this morning.
That is an all-time bad beat.
Speaking of that division, what's going on with CJ?
Oh, we need to take a whole nother segment to talk about that. But we're actually going to switch steers and talk some college football because I have an idea for a former Buckeye who's in a bit of trouble right now. I'm going to try to help him out. We'll do that when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, for folks in Dublin, we are still noticing a ramp closure after a crash earlier this morning. It's at 33 and 161 eastbound ramp to 270 eastbound. Still closed, as I mentioned. A good detour here, passing that ramp completely, taking 161 in that eastbound direction, getting off on Sawmill Road, head northbound that way, and get you back on to 270, once again in that eastbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
Save a good deal more on Meijer brand must-haves all season long. Enjoy big savings on back-to-school breakfast favorites for under $2, like Meijer syrup, Meijer cereal, and Meijer pastry treats for just $1.79. And Meijer frozen waffles are only $1.99. Shopping for back-to-school breakfast essentials is a good deal better at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the Tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your Tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic. Making it happen.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
In 1970, the Reds played their first game at their brand new ballpark on the Ohio River, Riverfront Stadium, later called Synergy Field. That ballpark hosted the Reds for 32 years, till this date, September 22nd in 2002, when the Reds played their final game at the ballpark. Decades of memories for Reds fans, the AstroTurf Field, Red Seat home runs, the Big Red Machine Championships of 1975 and 76, the World Series winners of 1990, Pete Rose breaking the all-time hit record, Tom Browning's perfect game, all at Riverfront. And the era came to an end this September 22nd, 2002, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Children with Down syndrome in Central Ohio need your support. Join 10TV, Newman Roofing, and the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk. Join thousands of participants as we come together to celebrate the uniqueness and resiliency of the Down syndrome community. Your participation and donations directly support programs and services for people with Down syndrome and their families. Together we can make a meaningful impact and pave the way for a more inclusive future. Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns found themselves down 10 points late in the fourth quarter with the offense showing no signs of life. However, they would score 13 unanswered points in under 4 minutes. The game was capped by a blocked field goal with 27 seconds to go and a game-winning Andre Schmidt field goal with time expiring to give the Browns a 13-10 victory. The Bengals went to Minnesota for their first game without star quarterback Joe Burrow. Backup Jake Browning and the offense struggled throughout the game, and the Bengals lost to the Vikings 48-10. The Guardians had their 10-game winning streak snapped yesterday, but they'll play Detroit in a battle for first place tonight. And the Cincinnati Reds will start a series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're currently in the last wildcard spot. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. We all love the word free, so does Awaken 180. Medication-free, side effect-free, and free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Good day to be a Browns fan. Bad day to be a Bengals fan. If you're a Reds or Guardians fan, you're flying high. Jackets fans, got to be excited. Season's starting up. Preseason started last night. So, yeah, we've got a lot of things on a Reaction Monday here, of course. T-Bone and Tyvis, producer Dylan is here as well. I want to run something by you guys and see what you think, because we have a former Buckeye who is in distress, and I think there's a plan that I could see that would help him out. Luke Fickell is currently the head coach at Wisconsin. I say currently because Mr. Big Ten over here, you know how that game went with him this past weekend.
Yeah, he took it on the chin in Maryland.
Bad. 27-10, and it wasn't that close. Like, this is by the way, Wisconsin is at home in this game.
Yeah.
They are now sitting at 2-2. And I remember before the season, we talked about all these BS, who's got the toughest conference schedule, who's got the toughest schedule in college football. It was like all the SEC teams. And then what was the first team that wasn't in the SEC that they kept listing as having the toughest schedule?
Wisconsin.
Yep. And so now you look at their schedule where they lost to Alabama last week. Then they lose to Maryland this week. I'm looking ahead. They are at Michigan, Iowa at home, Ohio State at home, at Oregon, Washington at home, at Indiana, which, how's that sound? After they just drubbed Illinois. We'll talk about them in a minute. But, like, I'm just saying, find the win on that schedule.
Let's see.
The win, here's the win for Luke Fickell.
They got Iowa and Minnesota.
The win for Luke Fickell is they owe him $25 million if they want to send him packing. That's the win, right? He gets his money.
That's his saving grace right now. I think that's the only thing that's preventing him from getting fired. And I honestly don't know if Wisconsin has money like that.
I don't know either. I would tend to think, though, when you're a Big Ten school and you're getting there has to be a level of understanding.
Chanting fire Fickell?
Oh, dude, yeah, it was bad. The people who stayed,
man,
dude, the video of Camp Randall being half empty at the start of the fourth quarter is how many times have you seen video of Camp Randall just being completely full, people jumping around? Like the jump around, it was like I don't even know if they played it, because why would you? It was just it was like a morgue in there.
You have to play it.
I know they will, and they did, I'm sure. But yeah, it was getting terrible for him. The $25 million, though, if you are a Big Ten team and you're getting the checks that you're getting, sorry, you can't afford to have a coach that's not getting the job done and say, like, regardless of it being Luke Fickell, who I love as a former Buckeye. Luke Fickell, to me, is still a great guy, great Buckeye. I want him to be successful. But I also understand if they say that's not good enough, we have to move on, then you should have the money with the check that you get from the Big Ten and Fox and everything else. You should be able to fire a coach if you don't think he's good enough to be there, right? But that may be that they have to hold off on doing that till the end of the season or something. I'm just telling you, he's not long for that job.
Is buyout $25 million?
Yeah.
They can wait to the end of the year.
They probably will.
Yeah.
Unless it just gets embarrassing.
I mean,
it's embarrassing now, but at Michigan could get out of hand very quickly. The Iowa game is probably the only game they could possibly win, just because Iowa's offense depends what they can wake up. Yeah, but all those other teams are probably beating them by 3 touchdowns or more. So here's my proposal for Luke Fickell. I don't know if he'd want to do it, but there was a guy down in Alabama, Nick Saban, who used to, after a period of time, he had decided...
His name is Nicholas first.
Nicholas Saban.
If you're going to say Joshua, you say Nicholas.
Joshua Perry joining us at 8:30 to talk some football. We'll ask him about this, because I'm curious what he thinks about Luke Fickell. Whenever he is let go...
His former linebacker coach?
Well, what he thinks about how long he's going to be at that job. Because maybe it is a situation where he's hearing, they don't have the juice, they don't have the money, they're not going to do it.
Let's make sure we ask the analyst and not the former player.
Okay, that's fine. You can bring that up. We will absolutely do that. But with Luke Fickell, whenever the time comes that he's done at Wisconsin, Nick Saban used to have a thing at Bama where he would take these guys who failed as head coaches elsewhere, and everybody made fun of them, said they were terrible, couldn't get the job done. He would take them in. They would be a special assistant or a consultant or offensive defensive coordinator. They'd be there for a year or two. They'd win a lot of games, help them win a national championship, and then they'd go on to the next thing. I don't know if Luke Fickell wants to do that, but you already saw with Chip Kelly what happened with him. He was here. They won a national championship. He's back in the NFL. Matt Patricia seems to love it here. I don't know if Matt Patricia is a lifer in college football or if he, too, would like to go back to the NFL. I would presume the way this defense is playing now, within a year or two, he'll have every offer he wants to go be a D coordinator or better in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That would mean at some point, Luke Fickell, I could see a scenario
what if he becomes the head coach at North Carolina? After they fired
Luke Fickell?
No. I'm talking about Matt Patricia.
Sure. Okay. That would actually be hilarious.
It would be.
Because I got to tell you, they're probably going to be looking for a head coach sooner than later, too. However, with Luke Fickell, my proposal is Ryan Day should adopt, and I think he already kind of has, because that's why he brought in Matt Patricia. I think he saw what Nick Saban did and said, this is what I need to do. I need to get these guys who are great coaches who just had a bad last experience as a head coach, bring them in. And I'm telling you, eventually, I don't know if Luke Fickell would want to do that, but if he does, I think that would be a tremendous move, is to bring him in at some point when he is done at Wisconsin, because that time will come sooner than later.
I don't know if he wants to do it or not. I mean, once you get that head coaching opportunity and he's experienced some success when he was in Cincinnati, he probably think that's the world that he belongs in, But obviously he loves the Buckeyes. He enjoyed his time as the defensive coordinator. He won, what, 2 rings here? 1 ring here?
I think at least 1, if not 2.
I know he won it with us. Was he here in 2002?
I feel like he might have been. I can't remember how far back he started on the staff, but yeah, that's.
But anyway,
either way,
he's got the ring and all of those things here. So I think the only way he wants to really come back here is probably as a head coach, and as long as Ryan Day is here, I don't think that's going to be the case. But it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. I just don't think that's what he would want to do.
Yeah, that was my point. Like, I thought Fickell went to Cincinnati and Wisconsin because he's in training to become the Ohio State head coach. What difference 365 days make?
Well, no kidding, right? And for sure, I was someone who thought, he would probably wait around for that job. And when it looked like Ryan Day wasn't getting the job done here, that certainly made a lot of sense. But no, ever since he came into Wisconsin and said, let's run the air raid offense.
He shouldn't have done that.
I don't know why that was the decision.
You know what that's like? That's as bad as whoever did that with the Browns. I think it's Paul DePodesta, who everybody says did it. Whoever told the Browns, hey, you know what? This explosive run stuff ain't gonna work. We got to put the ball in the air more. It set us back. We haven't bounced back yet.
No, you're right. But I ultimately, like you said, I don't know if his I don't mean this in a bad way. He should have personal pride and professional pride in what he does. I don't know if his ego would let him do it though, to come back to Ohio State. But go ask Lane Kiffin how that's worked out. Lane Kiffin was a head coach in the NFL. He was a head coach at USC and Tennessee. Better jobs than Wisconsin. Better jobs than Cincinnati. He was a head coach at those schools, failed miserably, had to leave with his tail between his legs, went to Alabama, and now look, he's revered as one of the better coaches in the SEC. Ole Miss last year got all this, they should have been in the playoff stuff. Like, he revived his career by going and being a coordinator. How many other guys did that with Nick Saban?
Steve Sarkisian.
Steve Sarkisian's another one. I mean, remember, he got fired for being drunk and bad, and they had to let him go at Washington, right? Or was that U.S.? I forget.
One of them.
Yeah, but out west.
He was bad at both.
Yeah, but either way. And guess what they did? They ran him through the car wash. They didn't let him drive, but they let him go through the car wash in Alabama, and now he's coaching Texas. I'm just saying, you got to put your ego aside and think about that, Luke Fickell.
So you think this is like...
it may not happen this year.
You need to hit the reset button and come be a coordinator again.
I think that is exactly what he should do.
I think he's going to go back to Cincinnati. I think that
they're talking about
both paths are just aligning so perfectly that I think that might be the move for him, whether it be this year or he takes a year off and then they fire their coach next year and then he goes in there in 2026 or 2027.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to force Matt Patricia out the way either here. Like, Matt Patricia is a great defensive coordinator. I'd like him to be here for 5 years. I, though, understand it might be a situation Ryan Day, I think, has figured out. You go get these former NFL guys, these big-time coaches who want to revitalize their career. This is a great place to do it because you're going to have stud talent. You know the system. You don't have to go be the head coach. You can do all that. And I just feel like at some point in the next few years, the job will be open again for defensive coordinator, right? And if I'm Luke Fickell, I don't think that's not a terrible option to keep in mind. You're right. Cincinnati's probably going to be open too sooner than later. So maybe he wants to go back there where he had success. But he's not going to be at Wisconsin for much longer. I can see maybe they don't fire him during the season because of the buyout, but let's see how much it goes down at the end of the year. If it goes down by like $5 or $6 million, that might be enough for them to say, all right, let's go ahead and do it. A conference admitted their officials screwed up in college football. We will talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. Well, for folks who live over in New Albany, your roads are not looking good this Monday morning. That's because we are noticing a major impact after a crash on 161 eastbound just past 62. Right lane is still blocked this morning and your travel time's not looking any better. 6 miles per hour when it comes to this 161 eastbound direction. Definitely utilize a detour here. Take 62 to Main Street instead. That helps you onto East Dublin Granville Road right along 161. Eventually go onto Beach Road, take that northbound and back on to 161 in that eastbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Behind the O. Buckeye fans, Behind the O is now in the App Store. Free for fans, NIL for athletes. Download the Behind the O app today.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, signed professional and college sports memorabilia, and pen cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Don't miss the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale. Save up to 80% on truckloads of floors and more, including tiles starting at 19 cents a square foot and a massive selection of laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet, all drastically reduced. Cabinets and lighting fixtures, too. Save up to 80% during the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale on Pop Road in Whitehall. 24-month financing is available with approved credit. Hurry, the Outlet Super Sale ends June 22nd. Dealers welcome.
Dormar, your pilot hero. Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
For years, you've been hearing us talk about the Newman Roofing difference, delivering nothing short of an excellent customer experience each and every single time, from the first phone call to the end of your project. But don't take our word for it. Take a listen to our friend John and his Newman Roofing experience.
Well, the first thing that drew me to Newman Roofing is the extraordinary Google score of 5.0. That was the first indication to me that this was going to be a good experience. Overall, the experience with Newman Roofing was wonderful. When I came home, the job was completely finished. The crew had cleaned up and left. I wouldn't have known that they were there.
What star rating would you give Newman Roofing on Google?
I would, without hesitation, award Newman Roofing a 5-star rating on Google.
Any advice for those looking for a new roof, John?
Once you have contact with Newman Roofing, you'll understand why everybody's giving them a 5-point rating.
Do what John did and schedule your free roof or siding consultation with Newman Roofing. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun. Your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week. But not OJ, because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some isolated chances of showers and storms this morning, otherwise mainly dry with wake-up temperatures in the upper 60s. And then this afternoon, we will see a mild and humid day with temperatures in the upper 70s and scattered showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon to early evening, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds. And then we will see some clearing overnight with lows in the mid-60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
The only thing better than watching football is talking about it. So we invented Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Overachiever of the Week coming up at 7:45. We will talk to our guy, JP, Joshua Perry, former Buckeye NBC sports analyst, coming up at 8:30. all things college football. By the way, we'll get to this story in a minute about a team, or a conference rather, that called out its officials and said they did a terrible job. But how about our guy Dabo Swinney?
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win.
Not lately, buddy.
Winning.
You are 1-3 and getting smoked by Syracuse in a game that, quite frankly, it was 34-21. It wasn't that close.
The funniest part about that game was I wasn't watching that game because at that time I was doing some Big Ten stuff, but my phone kept going off because Dylan said that they are cooked. I seen that message and immediately looked up the score, and I just grinned. I just started smiling in Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, I picked them to win the national championship, so I've been watching them really closely, but they're officially done now. There's nothing for them to do.
It's over.
There's no path.
No, they've lost 3 games. They've only won once, and that was the game right against Troy where they were losing at halftime.
Yeah,
dude, I watched the good part of the second half of this game. They can't tackle. Cade Klubnik can't. I mean, he had a bunch of yards. You'll look up and see numbers. He can't.
Is Carson Beck last year?
Dude, how about this? He threw the ball 60 times. He completed 37 of those passes. That's terrible. And if you watch the game, you would see that it was so bad. Whenever they needed him to make a throw, he couldn't do it. They can't run the ball well. They can't tackle on defense. They have no one's scared of them. Syracuse is going for it at the 50-yard line and saying, well, we don't care. You're Clemson. We can do this. No problem. And by the way, if you think it was bad, if you didn't see this game at all, Steve Angeli, who is the Syracuse starting quarterback, went down after they had a huge weather delay. They came back in the second half. Syracuse was up by 2 touchdowns. And their starting quarterback for Syracuse, goes down with a knee injury, or I believe it was his Achilles he ruptured. So he ended up he's out for the year now.
Mm-hmm.
But he left this game, and the backup comes in, and of course that's where it looks like, oh, maybe this is where Clemson, redeems themselves, gets back in this game, and wins it, saves some face, even though I know they're not a good team. They went out immediately the next series, and I think had a fumble and just gave the ball right back. And it's like they have nothing. Clemson is bad. And Dabo, after that huge rant he went on last week, you would think maybe some of the players, that would be a moment where you say, all right, let's back up our head coach, and everybody's giving him crap. Let's show them that they're wrong. It was the exact opposite.
They laid down.
I think it's kind of asinine that people are saying he's on the hot seat, though. I mean,
Dabo?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They just made the playoffs last year. He has 2 national championship wins, but you know who needs to fall on the sword for this? Their offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley, whose biggest accomplishment is being Lincoln Riley's brother.
Oh, and he will.
Get him the hell out of there.
They have to.
Whoever is the hottest OC on the market in the offseason, they need to give him a huge bag. Or they need to do the equivalent of getting Chip Kelly to come to Clemson like Ohio State did with Chip Kelly last year, because Cade Klubnik, one of the most highly regarded quarterbacks going into the season,
is a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect to the brother.
I don't recognize this man.
No, he looks nothing like he did last year. And it's partially that you're right, this offense, but it's also partially you have gone out, and I'll give him credit. He's finally started to adjust his recruiting a little bit to realize you have to go out and get guys now. You can't just, he had that line a few years ago where he said, we're built in the name, image, and likeness of God.
And he also said that
God was like, I didn't approve this. Who said that? I didn't sign off on that. Don't be throwing my name out there. That's actually a commandment, I believe.
He also said that most of the transfer portal isn't good enough to play at Clemson.
Syracuse, I'll tell you who it is, who they are good enough to play for. They're going to play for Syracuse.
Exactly.
And you know what I saw too? I don't know what you make of this, Tyvis, but I'm curious as a former player. A lot of the Syracuse guys, or Clemson guys, after the game, a lot of their big name guys, Fran Brown, their head coach at Syracuse, came out on the field. He's shaking hands. Multiple Clemson guys came up and were like, hey, great game, and seeking him out and shaking his hand and taking time to talk to him. And I just thought,
well, he keep it real.
He does.
I like him because he keep it real.
He's the guy who famously said, I don't wash if I don't win. If we lose, I don't deserve to bathe, which I don't know how that works by the next Thursday after a loss. I feel like that might be bad.
Didn't he? He's the one that lost the receiver to Penn State because he wanted Ohio State, but he said if you want that type of money, you got. I'm only paying the receiver from Ohio State. Talking about JJ, he the only one that could get that type of money.
Well, he paid some guys because they did get a bunch of transfers in and they have played well. So I wouldn't be surprised if a few of those Clemson players said, "Hey, I'd rather play for this guy than for old Dabo who can't get it done."
Do you remember when the Browns? Well, I should be more specific. The last year of Baker and OBJ and Jarvis, when the Browns were losing a lot, and it seemed like after game one of them was saying, "Hey, come get me." That's what Clemson was doing.
They said that's what Odell
that's what I'm
said
telling you.
to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Come get me.
Clemson was like, come get me.
This is just, I love that Dabo had this press conference and then had that game.
Yes, we stink. But why are we held to a different standard from all these other teams out there who ain't ever won nothing? We're not perfect, and we may suck this year. We may lay a freaking egg and go 6-6.
Yeah, I think that's very much on the table, Dabo. That's very much on the table.
This is 2 weeks in a row now. He knows what's coming, so he trying to get ahead of it.
Does he want us to have the same expectations as Clemson as we do Virginia? Is that what he wants? Does he
apparently.
think that that's realistic?
It's so short-sighted by him to realize, like, the fans feel that way because you were great. Like, take it as a compliment that these fans actually believe that you could be a playoff team every year because you gave them that expectation. Now, obviously, you haven't lived up to it the last few years, even though I know they backed into the playoffs last year. You haven't lived up to that expectation. He's not the same, honestly, as everyone's pointed out since Ryan Day.
Ever since Chris Olave, Justin Fields threw that deep bomb to Chris Olave to put the dot on it. The dot, it was done.
Belt.
They ain't been the same since.
Ass is what happened in that game.
Ohio State broke the U and they broke Clemson.
That's good. I'm glad they broke Clemson. Also, watching another big game this weekend in college football. Oklahoma beat Auburn 24-17, and that scoreline's a little misleading, which we'll get to in a second. But in that game, there was a play Oklahoma ran early in the game, first half, I want to say, where one of their receivers started to run toward the Oklahoma sideline like he's going off the field. Ran out there like he's heading to the sideline, stood by the sideline so far that when they had the wide angle, you still couldn't see the receiver because they didn't have the bottom little half of the screen there. But they had 90% of the field, and you could not see this receiver. So he was all the way over by the sideline. However, he had not left the field. He was an eligible receiver, and when they snapped the ball, Auburn lost complete track of him. He ran wide open down the sideline, caught a touchdown pass.
Put a nice spin on the ball.
John Mateer did, yes. So during that play, Hugh Freeze is yelling, losing his mind. He's yelling at the refs. It looks like now the officials actually didn't do the right thing because apparently there is a rule. I didn't know about this in college football, but apparently there is a rule that says you can't do what's called a hideout tactic, or where you use the substitution movement to hide what you're doing. So if you run towards the sideline like that, you have to keep going. You can't just go out. You can go out to the hash mark and then stop and then look at the ref and all that. But if you run all the way to the sideline, it's expected that you're coming off the field and you need to go off the field. Then the SEC came out and said these officials missed it, and that touchdown should have been penalized. They should have brought it back, taken it off the board, and given them like a 15-yard penalty. So that, I mean, in a one-score game, that kind of matters, doesn't it?
Yeah, I gotta go back.
You're cool with that, Tyvis?
You know, because I gotta look at it because
the thing is, if you go back, you can't see it in the highlight because he literally is so far down.
But
he's
I'm
not
saying,
even on the
like,
screen.
when did he do this though? Like, was this was the play the play before this? Was it like did they blow the whistle and then he got up and tried to run off the field and stopped, or was it like they broke the huddle and like?
I think it was as they were in the huddle, he went out like he was leaving the huddle, but then no one ever came back in. So that part of that is on Auburn, right? I mean, you got to recognize that like no one came back in.
As a corner, like he's standing on the field though. Like
so someone should have been pointing and yelling. There was none of that from the Auburn.
Yeah,
players.
I kind of feel like that's kind of on Auburn though, because like as a corner, you go to the person that's widest out there. If he's standing on the field, like it's not like if anything, you should be screaming that's 12 being on the field. If you felt that way, but he shouldn't have been left uncovered.
It was like a no huddle situation. They weren't going super fast, but they didn't huddle, and he's the only player that appears to be coming off the field, and then he doesn't actually come off the field. He stops just short of the sideline and just stands there.
It reminded me a lot of that Browns play that Johnny Manziel had with Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel, where they he's doing the little like go, go, go as he's standing on the sideline talking to him. But yeah,
I don't know. To me, I feel like that's more so on the players than the.
Well, you know what else? You know what else is on the players? Because I watched this game. It was a good game, but that Jackson Arnold, who used to play for Oklahoma and now is with Auburn, he took 10 sacks, including 2 in the last 2 plays of the game. One of which was a safety because he's backed up. They had like 30 seconds. He took sacks instead of just throwing the ball away. Was that another backdoor cover, Dylan? Because I think that game was like within a touchdown, and they ended up getting it at 7. I'm just telling you, like, that Jackson Arnold guy Auburn may be a decent team. He is not a good quarterback.
It depends what you got the number on. I saw it at 6.5 a lot of places. So
that would have covered it if that was it. All I know is Hugh Freeze did not have a good day, but that's all right.
He needed length and girth.
You need length and girth.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you need. We'll come back. We had a pretty crazy day in the NFL. Browns were right in the middle of it. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are noticing a new crash on the roads right now, and this one's happening downtown. 2 left lanes are currently blocked on I-670 West, just at 315, that northbound direction, because of a crash out there. Do note the road is a little bit restricted this morning, but still open as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the Tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Dr. Marta Lavelle of Urbana and Darby Dental Smiles on having First Bank of Central Ohio as a partner.
It has been great working with First Bank of Central Ohio. They helped me achieve a huge goal, becoming a business owner. The bank made it so easy. They helped me through the whole process. It's been great ever since.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good. Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, save on new 2025 Sonatas with 0% financing for 60 months. 0% while supplies last. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men who both know the value of a good hat.
Your balls!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Overachiever of the Week coming up at 7:45. Joshua Perry joining us at 8:30. We will talk college football with him.
What did I tell you?
You call him Josh. I call him Joshua. It's what he wants to be called by. You call him whatever you want. JP. He'll be joining us coming up at 8:30. And I'm still just reveling in the fact that Ohio State and Ryan Day broke Dabo Swinney, and it makes me feel good to know Clemson sucks. And by the way, I'll watch every game of theirs if I can find it. If it's on TV, I'll check in. I hope they keep losing. Well, I'm enjoying that.
They're on a bye, but in 2 weeks,
it's them.
Carolina and Clemson. Yes.
Oh my God, that's the toilet bowl.
By the way, did you see?
You know what that is?
Did you see Jordan Hudson was on the sidelines with him, and she's wearing like go-go boots and giving him she's standing there talking to him, and everyone had the line where they're like, "Hey, can I have $20 so I can go to Disney World and go buy a stuffed animal?" It was just, come on, man, because they're playing UCF. They were in Orlando. That was why the jokes were flying about Disney World.
It went exactly the way I thought it was going to go.
Oh, Scott Frost.
I knew it.
Vintage Scott Frost performance. Nothing's on the line. He's great. He's fantastic in those moments. You know who was fantastic in a big moment? Andre Schmidt, the kicker for the Browns that I gave up on. I think most Browns fans wanted cut. I was in that boat.
I can't remember. I think I was in the boat of I let him kick one more week.
Okay.
I think that's what I
definitely said you can go find anyone to kick. We don't need this guy. But they believed in him. They stuck with him. He hits a 55-yarder. According to Andrew Siciliano, the longest walk-off field goal in Browns history.
That's
55-yarder.
No, that can't be right.
He said longest walk-off. I don't know if it's longest game-winning because you could kick like a game-winning field goal and then the other team could have it for a minute.
York, wasn't his a walk-off?
I don't know. Was
I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, that's what all I know is Siciliano's. He tweeted that out and said this was the longest like walk-off field goal that they've ever had. Maybe they kicked like after that. I don't know. Either way, it was a great kick by him. It was a great win for the Browns. This defense, you said it earlier. I think you were saying that, not just quoting someone. Like a Hall of Fame level defense. If we did that for defenses, this one, it's close, man. I mean, they have their moments, they have their hiccups, but we talked last week about how they got torched because they had one player that was not up to standard.
Who was inactive?
Yeah, that restaurant was closed for Cameron Mitchell.
I was on the pregame and I see you tweet.
They got Cam Mitchell out of the lineup, and guess what? They played great.
Well,
now,
they went after. They got Miles Hard on the PI.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But I'm saying they're attacking that weak spot in this defense. But still,
York field goal had 8 seconds left on the game.
Okay, so there you go. Wasn't a walk off. But either way, all I'm trying to tell you is this Browns defense is good. The Browns offense is atrocious. However, if you can get a drive that allows them to kick a field goal in the fourth quarter, they needed one drive to get a field goal and go down to like the 5-yard line. They got that. Then they end up getting a turnover. The Browns defense turns over the Packers and runs it back inside the 10, right? That allowed them to punch it in, get the touchdown to tie it up. There was no offense basically for the Browns until the fourth quarter, and yet they still somehow won this game. It's one of the most inexplicable games I've ever watched.
Well, I'm
thrilled that the Browns won it, by the way.
This game reminded me a little bit of, you remember, I think it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago when the Browns played the Jets and they lost in the last 2 minutes of the game. They was up 14 points and they blew it.
Yeah.
This was the
opposite of that.
Yeah, we finally
we got it back.
We paid our dues, so now it came back to us. That's what this game reminded me of. The fact that they had 0 points with like 4 minutes in the game and somehow won this game 13-10. Like that was that coming back twofold. But somebody pointed something out to me. They were saying that we talk all about there's so much criticism when you talk about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski when it comes to players on this roster.
Yeah.
They were talking about how everybody talks about how this defense is this Hall of Fame defense. Well, they were saying the only two people that wasn't brought here by AB and Kevin is Miles and Denzel. Granted, the two best players on the defense, but all those other pieces that surround them was either traded for or acquired by AB and Kevin. And I want to give them credit for that. I want to give them because they do get a lot of criticism. I will give them credit. The Carson Schlesinger thing,
dude,
is a home run.
He's a beast. And
Mason Graham.
Did you see that? I don't know if it's accurate because I'm not tracking defensive linemen stats like myself. I'm not sitting there, charting it. But I saw someone post that like his win rate
Who are you talking
on
about?
passing down. Mason Graham's win rate on passing downs yesterday was like 49%. They said the average for an NFL defensive tackle's win rate is like 9%. So, I mean, if that's true, and again, I don't know that it is. I don't follow I don't follow, like I said, defensive tackle win rate statistics that much. But
well, that's because you don't really see it a lot.
But what I do see is the interior of this defensive line gets after the quarterback. Well, we know about the edge rushers for this. We know about Myles Garrett.
The
right?
funniest part is I was telling everybody when they got Malik Collins, I told everybody that was my dark horse of the whole offseason. How do I know that? Because I played with Malik Collins in Dallas, and this dude was a beast on the defensive line. And when the Browns got him, I was like, oh, he's going to make a difference. Now, what's funny is Mike Hall has been out, and I'm guessing he should be coming back sometime soon. The way Malik Collins is playing, it's going to be hard. The way him and Mason Graham playing, it's going to be hard for Mike to get on that field.
Good problems to have. Go ahead.
To counter, Tyvis, your point about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski bringing in most of these players that's on this defense, They've also brought in most of these players that are on this offense, which is ass.
Well,
okay,
yeah.
And that's
I think what
they brought in all them people on that offense. They are trash.
Well, and the number one reason that this defense, unfortunately, is not have this team at 3-0 is because of who they brought in at quarterback a few years ago and gave the most money in NFL history. Like
it always goes back to that.
Well, it does, but then also when you have guys who can't catch passes, guys who are constantly like lost on routes, like Cedric Tillman had multiple times yesterday where I'm like, what is he doing? He didn't look like he knew where the ball was going. Flacco didn't look like he knew where he was going to be. It looked like miscommunication city there.
Flacco, his problem right now to me is that he's scarred by his offensive line because he's been hit a couple of times. So like he's skittish in the pocket now.
Yeah.
Like now that he's been hit, he doesn't think he's going to have time to really go through the progressions and hit those deep routes. So he's immediately checking it down. The first thing ain't there. He's immediately checking it down, which is not good because sometimes they are blocking it up well enough for him. If they're going to do this to make him feel secure, then they need to let that tight end and that running back be offset. So that way it's max protect. You got 7 people blocking for you. You got time to be able to hit those deep development routes.
Yeah, the bad side for this for me as a Browns fan is I was really happy they won. But now I feel like because they won in these brown poo stick uniforms, now we're going to see those even more than they were planning because they're going to call them lucky.
You didn't like that? No, brown?
No, they look terrible. Who likes this look? That looks gross.
I am a huge fan of the all-white 1942
the all whites
49
are,
or whatever
you know what?
it is, and then the brown 1949 with the white pants or whatever year.
I like, this is, now call me crazy, I like the orange helmet that is their freaking logo, and then all white uniform or the brown top and the white pants. That to me, I don't need the brown and the orange pants. I know some people like that. I don't
I'm not
need
a fan of the brown and the orange pants. If you're going to do the brown top, you got to have a white pants.
That's what I'm with you on that. By the way, 5 minutes after this happens, right? So the Browns block that kick by the Packers. They then kick their own field goal a couple minutes later. As soon as the game ends on Fox, they flip it over to the Eagles game where the Eagles have had no offense all day, but they finally get it together in the fourth quarter and get close to the Rams. Rams are trying to kick a field goal to go back into the lead and to try to win that game. Instead, it gets blocked. Eagles were leading by a point when this happened. That got blocked and returned for a touchdown. In Dylan, I'm sure one of the most surprising backdoor covers that anyone's ever had in the NFL.
I was screaming at my television. Please fall down. Just fall down. You can win. Just don't cover. You know who doesn't cover? Baker Mayfield.
No. But then, you know what, though? Because that ended. That game ended.
Good teams win. Great ones cover.
That game ended, and then they immediately cut to the Jets and the Bucks.
And then boom.
and no, they were lining up a field goal, and my wife and I are sitting there, and I was like, wouldn't it be something if they blocked this field goal and ran it back for a touchdown? I've never seen anything like that. She's like, there's no way that's going to happen. Boom! The Bucks did, or the Jets did. I'm sorry. The Jets blocked it, ran it back for a touchdown,
and still
took the lead. And that's one of the most heartbreaking ways to lose.
And then Emeka Egbuka.
Dude, yeah, because
he
crazy.
Constantly bails Baker Mayfield out, and it hurts my feelings so much.
Crazy.
Dylan, for those who are new to the show, Dylan hates Baker Mayfield with the passion of the white hot passion of 1,000 suns.
He is my least favorite athlete of all time.
Why do you hate him though?
I just do. I just hate who he is as a person. How he acts.
I feel like he's mature. Did you see his post game where he said that?
Yeah, it was more Baker Mayfield
Wilkes
stuff.
cut him, and that it was personal to him.
Oh,
This is the one that cut him.
He is 100% Mr. Chip on a shoulder guy. That's how he's lived his life.
I will admit, because one of my friends said yesterday, said, "How can you not respect this guy after that?" I will admit he is really good at putting his team in field goal position to end the game.
Yeah,
he's good at that.
It's a good thing they have good kickers. That's what happens.
He's good at getting them in range for that. But going back to something you said, we got to like corroborate with your wife. This you saying that wouldn't it be something if he blocked this kick? That reminded me of people giving LeBron crap for saying that he said Kobe was going to score 80 that night. That's you saying that?
No,
is like
I did.
The same day.
I did. I promise I said it. I'm sitting next to her. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if they blocked this one and the same thing happens? We just watched this happen in 2 other games. And she's like, that's not going to happen. And then it did. And I'm like, I got up and I'm running around like, ah!
First of all, we know you lying because you ain't ran nowhere.
Accurate. That's right. You got me. I'm on the ground. I'm going to recover. We'll come back and do Overachiever of the Week next. Steve-O and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning to you. We are still noticing some major slowdowns for folks in our downtown area. Still looking at this crash on 670, that westbound direction, right past 315 northbound, a right lane and a right shoulder still blocked this morning. First responders and crew members and a tow truck on scene right now. 25 miles per hour, though, when it comes to your travel times. Definitely a lot slower than a typical Monday morning commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a neograft treatment.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blanco earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Fall is the perfect season to tackle those home improvement projects before the weather turns cold. And if new windows are on the list, see my guys at Universal Windows Direct. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And there's no limits, plus 0% financing for 3 whole years. And a double bonus, you get $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule now. Give them a call, 614-502-5220, universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 6-ounce packages of raspberries or blackberries. They're only $1.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and football season is here at Columbus, and Germain Toyota of Columbus has the winning plays. Drive home a brand new 2025 Tacoma SR5, just $269 a month for 36 months. 10,000 miles a year. Or power up with the Tundra, now just 1.75 APR for 72 months. Don't wait. These deals, they won't last long. Stop by Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or shop anytime at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Other stations have crappy ratings and they wonder why no one listens. So instead of investing money in local talent, they fire people and plug in AI voices. Gee, real entertainment. Well, all of our dummies are real, damn it. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hop in the YouTube chat. Who was it that I saw? Trey had said Tyvis and T-Bone, the best thing about the Browns offense is Quinshawn. He's too good. Agreed. He is the only thing working for the Browns offense right now.
Whoa.
Yep.
There's a guy that wears number 44.
Oh, you know what?
That I also think is a really good player.
Good call. You're right.
The rest of them are bona fide scrubs. No, I'm just playing.
No, you're not.
No, I'm just
Don't say
kidding.
that.
No, because Judy is fine and Tillman is decent. He's okay.
Is he?
He just.
Are we sure?
That's not what you were saying last week.
You know what?
Because
He
got to show it to me more times than one game. Like
Harold Fannin Jr. Pride of Bowling Green. I was wearing my hat over the weekend in support of Eddie George. Now they lost to Louisville.
Somebody said they lost,
but
they didn't cover.
They did. But I was watching, and then I thought about it. I should be wearing this on Sunday because he is like one of the best things about that offense, and he's great too. But you're right. There's two good things about the Browns offense, and that's more than you can say most years, honestly.
And now it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our overachiever of the week.
All right, I'm going to give you 3 names today. 2 of them come to the NFL. 1 comes from college. Isaiah Rodgers, Vikings corner. Bengals fans, just divert your eyes and ears for a moment because you know about how this went. But free agent acquisition in his first NFL season as a full-time starter. I believe he even had a gambling situation where he got suspended for part of a year a couple years ago, but that's all behind him now. He had 2 defensive touchdowns in this game, took back a interception for 80 yards to the house, and then housed a fumble recovery, 67-yard fumble return. That he caused, and then he caused another one and picked that one up too. So 2 fumble recoveries and 2 touchdown returns off of turnovers.
That might be the best defensive game in the history.
It's never happened in NFL history, what he did yesterday. So the Bengals, I'm sorry, Bengals fans, you got a front row seat for that. But by the way, he did all that in the first half, in case you weren't watching that game. Like, he set these NFL records and all this stuff in one half of football. So, yeah, I think that was, I'm going to say that's an overachiever. Also, how about Torrey Holton? Or not Torrey Holton, that too. Torrey Horton.
Yeah,
he is
from the Seahawks.
Rookie wide receiver for the Seahawks. Now, we know about Jackson Smith and Jigba out there in Seattle doing great things, but so is this kid. He returned a 95-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Live.
That was great. Longest punt return in Seahawks franchise history. And he caught one of Sam Darnold's 2 touchdown passes. Seattle routed winless New Orleans 44-13.
You think the Browns is bad.
Oh, the Saints.
Woo!
Oh, the Saints.
When they come marching in,
they go right back out. Come in. It's like Grandpa Simpson just walking in and walking right back out. Yeah, that's done. My third overachiever, Arch Manning.
I knew you were going there.
Why would you do this?
Are you kidding? Arch Manning went 18 for 21 with 309 yards and 3 touchdowns and no picks. He's back. Did you watch the Texas? All the Texas social media was just like, yeah.
When he stared the guy down?
Yeah, they beat
and
Sam.
his mama yelled at him?
They beat the Sam Houston Bearcats, who I didn't know the Bearcats spell that Bearkats. I had no idea they were trying to put a little stank on it, but let them live. They beat Sam Houston 55-0. But don't let that run you away from the narrative that Arch Manning is back. He's fixed. He's the greatest player ever. And when he stands over a guy who's probably going to be an insurance salesman in a few years, that's what you should do when you're a Manning and you're raised in a generational talented family and you've been a large disappointment all year long, you giant douchebag. Good. I hope Arch Manning is the worst quarterback in the SEC, which is what he has been for the first 4 weeks of the year.
He's not even the first big-time quarterback from a Texas school to stand over a Sam Houston State player because Johnny Manziel did it first. And you know what Johnny Manziel did? won a Heisman.
I thought you were going to say a lot of blow, because that would also be accurate.
That also, but I don't think Arch is in that vein.
No, that's fine, but he's not winning a Heisman either, for what it's worth.
Next year.
My quick overachiever, my little quick overachiever of the week.
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins. You know why?
How about that? Yeah.
Because right now they just dropped the numbers for the rookie running back leaders.
Okay.
Quinshon Judkins, 2 games, leading them 155. Next in line is Ashton Genty at 144.
Well, see, now that is something I can get behind, too.
2 games, 28 rushing attempts, 155 yards leading the rookie rushers.
By the way, I'm not ready to give this guy, you mentioned a running back. I'm going to go back to college for a second. I'm not ready to give this guy, like, overachiever of the week yet. But yet again,
don't say the dude from
another
Missouri.
game where Ahmad Hardy just put that team on his back and ran the ball over 100 yards, another touchdown. You can't stop him. He leads the country in yards after contact because that offensive line is not great. But when he gets hit, he runs people over and then runs for 20 yards. Watch Missouri play football.
Is Lenore Sellers going to be the first pick in the draft?
You know what? He had moments in that Missouri game where you see every bit of what he can do, and you say, man, if that is ever fully formed, watch out. But he's still rough. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Take him first?
If I had to take a guy from college this year right now.
If you're the Saints.
Yes. If I had to, yes, I would take him right now. I reserve the right to change that by April.
What if Arch Manning come out?
Let him. What's he going to do? Go on the Manning cast? With the number 1 pick, Eli picks his nephew. Great. He could sit there. That's perfect. That's exactly where he belongs.
There was a story that came out that maybe we could get into tomorrow. I think it was Pete Thanos. He asked
Thanos or Thanel or Themel?
Thamel finally.
You said Thanos. I thought you said he had like the ring.
I just watched Marvel last night.
My guy, Pete Thanos. I like him.
He's
nice like that.
He did a poll of NFL GMs, and he asked them which quarterback they would take first.
And they said Lenore Sellers.
You know what? But the majority did.
I think, too, and Carson Beck might have been
Carson Beck's going to have people talking, though.
One guy did say Arch. I don't know who, but he's probably not going to have a job.
I know
out to lunch.
I know who.
He works up
in Cleveland, and he ripped off a bunch of truckers a few years ago.
But anyway, but going back to running backs in college, and I hate to give a Michigan man credit, but Justice Haynes.
Oh, dude,
he just looked great.
I'm terrified of that whole thing. Dude, no, have you seen the speed? The kid's got pop, baby.
You know
I'm worried about it.
We'll see if he has that same speed by the time week 12 comes.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Long season.
That's exactly right. One of Buckeye Nation's least favorite people had a rough weekend. You'll hear from him next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still pretty slow moving for folks in New Albany in our northeast corner. That's because we have been watching this crash for quite a while. It's that 161 eastbound direction just past 62 and over by Beach Road where right lane is still blocked this morning. We are down to the teens, folks, when it comes to our travel times. 19 miles per hour over by that 161 eastbound stretch. So if you don't want to be involved in this area, you take this detour. It's going to be 62 to Main Street instead. That helps you back onto East Dublin Granville Road. Take that along 161 eastbound. That gets you to Beach Road eventually. Take that northbound and back on to 161. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Game day glory starts here, Columbus. The 2025 Polestar 3 is built to win, delivering Scandinavian luxury, cutting-edge design, and up to 350 miles of range. Right now, lease yours for $399 a month for 27 months with $55.99 due at signing and score $15,000, double the EV tax credit. Visit Polestar Columbus Columbus on the Buyers Imports campus by the airport. The only place in Ohio where you can see, feel, and drive the difference. Monthly lease payment of $5.99 per month for 27 months. Offer expires September 30th, 2025. See dealer for details or visit polestaroffers.com.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
The Ohio State University Army ROTC isn't just a curriculum. It's more than just a path to a degree. For more than 150 years, we have been forging tomorrow's leaders. Here you will find your purpose, your mission, your ROTC family. At Ohio State, you're not just joining Army ROTC, you're stepping into a history of excellence that spans generations. Learn more at arotc.osu.edu. Buckeyes lead the way. Tailgate season is here, and if your grill makes you have to duck when you light it, it's time for an upgrade. Billiards Plus carries top-of-the-line grills that you can pass down to your kids and gifts the whole family will enjoy. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns found themselves down 10 points late in the fourth quarter with the offense showing no signs of life. However, they would score 13 unanswered points in under 4 minutes. The game was capped by a blocked field goal with 27 seconds to go and a game-winning Andre Schmidt field goal with time expiring to give the Browns a 13-10 victory. The Bengals went to Minnesota for their first game without star quarterback Joe Burrow. Backup Jake Browning and the offense struggled throughout the game, and the Bengals lost to the Vikings 48-10. The Guardians had their 10-game winning streak snapped yesterday, but they'll play Detroit in a battle for first place tonight. And the Cincinnati Reds will start a series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're currently in the last wildcard spot. This update is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces and cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Lots still to come today. Final hour of the show. We have got Joshua Perry coming up at 8:30. JP, former Buckeye NBC sports analyst. He will be talking with us about all things college football. Something like that is what I said. By the way, we've got a lot coming up today on the station as well. What are you laughing at?
You.
I can't talk? Yeah, I know.
Mush mouth.
It is a little bit of that today. We have Austin Ward coming up at 10:30 on Bishop and Friends, and your guy from Big Ten Network, former Michigan man, Jake Butt, will be joining them at 11:30.
Oh, yeah.
So you can stick around and hear from him. I see you guys on the tailgate. Saw you last week.
Did you
having fun up in Michigan?
No, we just talked this week, too. We were talking about rivalry because it was a Oregon versus Oregon State big rivalry game.
That Civil War, is that what they call that?
Yeah. And I was telling him, you know a lot about rivalry games.
What did he say about that?
I said, what was your record again? For the show purposes.
That's good.
What was your record?
Put it up on the screen just to make sure we got that right. Good for you. I mean, I know they've got it on Ohio State fans right now, but you played in those games.
Oh, no. We talking about him and I.
Yeah, you guys played in those games. That's fine. You can talk about that all you want.
And he went on to say he didn't want to mention what his record was, but he wanted to say that he grew up in the city of Columbus, and a lot of the guys he knew from high school and being in that area and playing on Muni League teams with those guys from Ohio State that went to Ohio State. So
Pickerington guy, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they do that on the? I feel like they. I think
he went to Central.
Yeah, but they were doing. I remember they did a thing with him where he was talking about, like, let me tell you about this little hamlet called Pickerington, Ohio, and it was talking about all the talent that had come out of Pickerington and gone to college and the NFL. He
go to North. He might have went.
I don't remember which one he went to, but I remember he was kind of like the voice of that, and I thought that was interesting. I had never seen like a TV network just break down one town with all their like high school athletes that they had. But that was cool.
Wikipedia says pick North.
Yeah, okay. I think, he went with Pat, so that was North.
By the way, we will talk about one of our favorite guys in a second, but I also need to bring this up because I put it out on social media yesterday, and bad job by us for not highlighting it more last week. I want to get you ready for this weekend and for all the sports stuff happening this week because we've got, Guardians and Reds both in the thick of the playoff race, all that stuff. Guardians have a chance to go take the division if they got 3 against the Tigers coming up starting tomorrow. We have a little feature on the Fan app. Just go download that from any app store, 971 The Fan app. Right on the front of that thing, there is a little button that says record audio. We now have access to that audio, and we can play back what you send us. This is real. It's like 30 seconds. I would like it if you leave your name so we could at least know who we're talking to, but like we got one of them over the weekend. I'll play this for you. I don't know who this person is, but I like that they sent this to us. But this is just a sample of what you could be hearing. You could hear yourself on the air if you use the Fan app to do that.
Tyvis, even though you're my favorite old former player at the Fan, I have to say this. Bone is far too plump and sexy to associate with the likes of you. Oh, hello! I've had many a naughty dream of riding Bone hard and putting him away wet. I'm the queen and I approve his sexiness. Bye-bye!
Now, I don't know what prompted that. I don't know how that even happened. What I know is we can do better. And I know you can do better. So go download the Fan app, hit that record function, and send us something like that, or maybe something else that makes sense. But either way, thank you, whoever that was. I appreciate that. You're my guy. So thank you very much. I think we've lost Tyvis. We've broken Tyvis.
I wasn't expecting that.
I know you. I wasn't either when I opened it up this morning and said, okay, what did we get? A big weekend of football. There was all kind of stuff going on. What's in here? And that was one of the first things I heard.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So there you go. Please do better. And also do that because that was hilarious. Thank you for sending that. So Dabo Swinney, he sucks. He is bad. Listen, this man is 55. He just figured out how to coach college football. He told us last week. He had this infamous press conference last week where he said plenty of things, but this was a big part of it.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good?
Yeah. Well, you're not winning it this year because you're now losing to Syracuse by multiple touchdowns, even when Syracuse had their backup quarterback in because their starter tore up his ACL or his Achilles rather. You couldn't win this game at home. You had fans just openly booing you. The players all were going up to Fran Brown, the Syracuse head coach, after the game and saying, please consider me when the transfer portal comes open because I will be in it and I will be looking for a possible landing spot. It's all-time bad vibes there at Clemson under Dabo, at least, right? I mean, can we say fairly that Ryan Day broke this guy?
Yeah, that's very fair to say. He hasn't been the same since. Now, obviously, they won the ACC last year, right? Yeah, they beat SMU.
They backed into that and then got into the playoffs.
They needed Syracuse to beat Miami, coincidentally, last week of the season. They backed in, and then they won the conference championship game.
Yeah. So
but that's sad though, from what they used to be. Like, they used to be like at the top of the food chain. They used to dictate everything. Didn't they have like 3 straight championships with them in Alabama? Or was it 2?
I feel like they were definitely in 2 of them at least. I don't know if it was 3.
Because they lost one and then Trevor Lawrence won one. Because they had the Justin Ross kid who actually I think plays for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He was, as a freshman, he was a dog. I said, this dude going to be like one of the top picks of the draft, and I don't know what happened to him.
Didn't everyone's favorite quarterback, Deshaun Watson, also win a national championship there?
I believe you're right.
He did.
I know he was very
good.
And
I think that was against Bama also.
Yeah, look, the reality is at one point, this man was coaching at a level where the only other guy I think in college football you could say was equaling him.
You think he was paying him?
I don't know. But what I know is at the time, he was equal to Nick Saban. Like, as far as in that year, I'm not talking about career achievements or anything. In that year, he was as good as Nick Saban or anybody else in college football for that few years of run that he had. That's what he's pointing back to now. Hasn't been the same pretty much since the pandemic. Like that, after that happened, which is now, how long ago was that? I mean, that's been 5+ years. And you have gotten progressively worse and more mediocre. They've lost 3 games and 4 games and 3 games. I think they've lost 17 games since that OSU Clemson Sugar Bowl, right, in the Superdome. I want to say they've lost 17 games and counting, by the way. They're not done losing this year. But this is a program that is stagnant.
It's sad.
That doesn't mean he's going anywhere.
No, he's not getting fired.
No.
I don't care how bad. They cannot win another game for the rest of the year. They still wouldn't fire Dabo. But it's just sad to think, like, what they had coming into this season, like it's inexplainable why they are this bad. How did this happen? Because I did not see this at all. I didn't.
Well,
I thought Cade Klubnik was playing well towards the end of the year. I thought he started off slow last year, but as that season went on, when we got to the second half of the season, he was on fire. And I don't understand how this team returned with all what they had returning, how they're this bad.
Dude, I'll tell you why. In my opinion, the reason this has happened is because Dabo has gotten too full of himself when it comes to what he was. I don't think Dabo there was a time where he probably always had this arrogance, but he could hide it enough from the media. He could hide it enough from his players. He could go build them up. I think now he's kind of gotten a little too high on his own supply, for lack of a better term, where he now believes, yeah, everything I always say about myself, that's true. That's accurate. And I can go run circles around everybody else. I don't need to do name, image, and likeness the way everybody else did. He brought everyone back this year. And the reality is he doesn't have good ball coaches on his staff. He doesn't have guys who can do the X's and O's. And that's never been his forte. But he's always been like a good executive of things. Now he's making the wrong hires at those positions.
Who is his OC that was really good? Because I know Brent Venables left to go to Oklahoma.
I forget who he had offensively.
His OC left and went somewhere.
Yeah, both of them were gone, right? I know that, like, Brent Venables was the one who went to Oklahoma, and now he's taken over there. But I'm not sure who their best offensive coordinator was back in the day. If you know, put it in the chat. Go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, T-Bone and Tyvis. You can put it right there. Or tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. Either way, like, I just think he's missing the mark on that. Who is their coordinator now? Isn't it?
It's Garrett Riley, brother of Lincoln, and he stinks.
He's terrible. Like that, you go watch these games and you will see there is no plan offensively, and there's just no toughness. Their defensive line gets pushed around. Their offensive line gets pushed around. It's bad.
You know who got toughness? The Bears.
Oh, you know what? They did when they played the Cowboys. We can talk about that game. We'll get into a little bit of what happened yesterday in the NFL. Plus, what happened to the Bengals yesterday. All of that coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. So far, so good when it comes to the roads, but we are noticing one crash still this morning that's happening downtown. 670 westbound just at 315 in that northbound direction. A right lane still blocked this morning, folks, and pretty slow drive times looking at 26 miles per hour once again on that 670 westbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register at roosterswings.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And today we're in my showroom so you can hear how our windows keep sound out.
It's pretty loud in here, Wilson.
Well, Leslie, that's because the window's open. But if you close it like so, well, it's kind of good to let in a little nature.
I think nature just honked at us, Wilson. Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Jermaine Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Fox Monday. I think you mean Jane's Day. Yes, plural. She's hosting a show where you guess a tune that'll make you think. And she's hosting a show where a celebrity is the weakest link.
You suck at this game.
All new Celebrity Name That Tune with Jane Krakowski and all new Celebrity Weakest Link with Jane Lynch.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
Built by tradition, driven by Saturdays. Dave Holmes, Beanie Wells, and Cardale Jones host The Script, a new show covering the Ohio State story from the guys who wrote it.
You're going to call me a homer in this situation, I know. Here we go.
With big opinions.
Why in the world would you not want a primetime game of this magnitude?
And real talk from real Buckeyes.
Yes, they're ducking the smoke. Coming in hot. Oh, my God.
New episodes every week. The Script, wherever you get your podcasts.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Man once shaved Timmy's leg live on the air. Tune in weekdays at 3 to see what else they'll shave. Wait, what else they'll shave? Who the hell wants to listen to that?
Common Man and Timmy, smooth as silk.
Okay, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see some isolated chances of showers and storms this morning, otherwise mainly dry with wake-up temperatures in the upper 60s. And then this afternoon, we will see a mild and humid day with temperatures in the upper 70s and scattered showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon to early evening, some which could have heavy downpours and gusty winds. And then we will see some clearing overnight with lows in the mid-60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Are you fired up? Is it Monday? It must be Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Joshua Perry, JP. You like to call him
Josh.
Right. Okay. He's going to join us, NBC sports analyst, former Buckeye, coming up at 8:30.
Does he call you Ty?
Or does he call you Tyvis?
Ty?
I don't know.
Does anyone call you that? That would just
anybody
be
call you? Yeah, Ty Powell. What's up, Ty?
That's what they call me in Seattle. Ty Powell. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, there you go.
That's a good nickname.
What does Dick from Dayton call you? Titus. That's what he calls you. Mark Titus. That's what he calls
my
you.
alter ego.
It's good. So yesterday, Bengals, bad, brutal, awful. I know Bengals fans probably don't want to relive that, but I have never seen a team quit after, like an NFL team quit like that.
Oh, yes, you have.
No, I don't know that I've seen it.
Was it last year or 2 years ago when Miami almost broke the record for most points in the game against Denver?
That was 2 years ago.
Oh, I forgot all about that game.
Denver quit.
Okay, you know what?
They 100%
I stand corrected because I forgot about that. All right, so far this year, I haven't seen a team quit like that because the Bengals, they were out of that game, right? You have a guy take back 2 different turnovers for touchdowns in one half. You're turning the ball over left and right, but some of the effort there after that happened was just, I don't know, man. It's inexcusable for me. I'm not a Bengals fan, but I watch that and say, you really have a backup quarterback in there and you're not going to give any effort like that? When you watch hockey, right, if they have a backup goaltender come in, 9 times out of 10, you will see a better game out of the defenseman because they say, we got to pick this guy up. He's not our starter. We got to try to do something to help him out. Mm-hmm. That's what I would expect for backup quarterbacks. And to the Vikings' credit, who are also, by the way, playing with a backup quarterback, they actually did that. They actually, helped out, did some stuff for Carson Wentz, made plays for him. This Bengals defense let the Vikings kind of go right through them. And then offensively, your offensive line is terrible, can't run the ball. What was Chase Brown's stats in this game?
10 carries, 3 yards.
God, that is bad. You can't win with him. That's not going to work. Can't do that.
I can't believe his longest run was 4 yards. So he lost yards.
Carried the ball 10 times. Got 3 yards. Long run of 4. The math is just bad all around on that. That's terrible.
If they have any hope in the future, they have to figure that part out. Because I think Jake Browning is decent enough to be able to complete some passes. However, you can't solely win on just his arm. That's like Joe Burrow can beat you just solely but being Joe Burrow. Like, we don't need to run game. We can just completely throw this ball around and win the game. With Jake Browning, you can't do that. You have to be able to have a balanced attack, and their rushing attack has to figure it out, or they're going to lose. They're going to drop a lot of games.
Can someone sell me on Zach Taylor besides he made a Super Bowl one time?
Dude.
I think that this is an indictment on him. And when Joe Burrow went out, one of my first thoughts was, great. No matter how bad they are, he's back next year, because that's just a built-in excuse for him. Oh, Joe Burrow's hurt. But you know what?
Taylor?
Yeah, he stinks. He's a terrible head coach. He's a terrible play caller. I don't understand. They made the Super Bowl. Okay, move on.
You sound like every Cincinnati Bengals fan. They say the same thing. I don't think
Bengals fans.
There's not one Bengals fan that likes Zach Taylor.
I don't think you're alone if you are a Bengals fan. To your point, Dylan, I think a lot of the people who sell you on Zach Taylor are people who don't have any skin in the game with Cincinnati. They just look at it and go, oh, that's nice. They've got Joe Burrow. They win games when he's healthy. They've got a ton of players on offense. Their defense isn't great, but oh well. And then they just check it off as the Bengals are good if Joe Burrow's healthy, and they don't really, and they think Zach Taylor must be good. He got them to a Super Bowl. And you're right. If you actually follow this team and care about them, I don't know how you could support him as your head coach. And yes, I don't think it would be as lopsided as this going on moving forward, but explain to me why the first part of this game, Zach Taylor is calling plays where Jake Browning's supposed to step back there, pat, look around. You have one of the best defensive fronts in football, a terrible offensive line that you've tried to address it, but you just never seem to get that right. The Bengals don't. You can't run the ball at all, and you're calling plays where you want Jamar Chase to run on the route tree. What's the one where you're running like 40 yards downfield, like a 7 or a whatever route? Like
fade?
They want him going, yes, like let's get everybody down the field. Why? Get the ball out of his hands so he doesn't get beat up back there. And then, of course, you see what happens. He starts seeing ghosts. He makes bad decisions. Those turn into turnovers. Then you got your own receivers dropping the ball and hanging out to dry, too. Like, it wasn't just all on him, but I didn't understand the game plan. And as you're a Bengals fan, you know that Joe Burrow has bailed out a lot of bad game plans for you over the years. Now you don't have that.
Well, you got to get your young guy. You got to get your backup quarterback comfortable in the game. You know, you start with you throw some now screens, some slants, or some hitches like that. Get some completions because completion equals confidence. Once you start completing the ball and they get that rhythm, it's like, all right, now let's open it up. I done completed this slant. I completed this hitch. All right, I'm feeling it. We good. Let's go ahead and move to dig routes. Let's then move to post routes. Then let's move to the deep ball. Like that's what you're supposed to progress to, not try to start it off at the beginning of the game, try to throw a 40-yard bomb to Jamar. Like that's just not.
Well, I don't understand what the idea was. I really don't get it. And this is the Bengals' problem. Is it's Joe Burrow covers a lot of your holes, a lot of different issues that you have. He papers over a lot of things. But whenever he's hurt, suddenly you realize, oh yeah, our defense. Although the defense wasn't totally the problem yesterday, offensive line still is an issue. Defense hasn't to this point looked to be fully improved.
Well, they
can't run the ball.
They did nothing to try to improve the defense in the offseason except draft Shamar Stewart and hired Al Golden. I mean, yeah. I don't know what you thought was going to happen. That's just as bad as the Browns, expecting the Browns offense to be really good. They did nothing to address that except draft Quinshon Judkins and Harold Fanning.
Switching gears, because I don't want to just make Bengals fans have to relive this over and over. It was bad. We know it. Hopefully you guys get better for your sake, but I wouldn't have a lot of hope if I were you. I don't blame you if you don't. But we'll move on to another team here. Cowboys. They had a rough little outing in there in Chicago, man.
So ever since I've been doing this Big Ten thing, when I'm on the plane, I've been watching the Dallas documentary. Yeah. Whatever it's called, Jerry Jones thing.
I forget what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
And it brings tears to my eyes to see where they at right there. It's a shame. To see how good they were then to where they are now, it is truly a shame, and it's all Jerry's fault, actually.
Well,
they say Jimmy Haslam is close, like he about to be close to where Jerry is.
I'll tell you, I don't know if it's crazy. It's one of the most fun storylines to me yesterday. If you're not a Cowboys fan, I think you probably enjoy this storyline. Matt Eberflus, bad Bears head coach, right? Could never get anything out of Caleb Williams. Probably in his mind, he feels like that's part of why I've got run out of town is because he wasn't as good as he should have been.
Well, he only had him for 1 year, right?
Yeah, I think he got canned after the season.
But
he ruined Justin Fields' career, though.
There's that, too. But Matt Eberflus now is the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. And Caleb Williams yesterday looked like he might be the second coming of Joe Montana.
Didn't he look
throw after throw after throw to guys who were wide open. Yeah. I mean, busted coverages left and right in that Dallas defense.
That flea flicker to Luther Burden.
That should have been taken to the house. Somebody should have run under that and caught it because the flea flicker went up in the air like 20 yards.
I sat there when Luther Burden, first of all, Luther Burden had a game. He did. He had like 100 yards receiving. I was sitting there mad as a Browns fan because I was like, you could have had him, but, I can't be mad because with those two picks, they got Carson Schwarzenegger and Quinshon Judkins, who's doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're good.
But right now, after this game, I'm not saying the Bears is back in any way. I don't know if the Bears is good or if Dallas is that bad. That's the problem. That's the conundrum I'm in right now.
I'm going to tell you that Dallas defense is that bad. I don't know if the Cowboys themselves are that bad, but that defense is horrible. And Matt Eberflus taking it over and having it be that bad, I mean, he's not getting any rehab for his reputation there. The only look, they've played 3 games so far this year. Eagles haven't been able to move the football a ton, but they did against that Cowboys defense, and they won that game. Eagles did.
How about the Texans?
Giants put up 37 points against this Dallas defense. Bears put up 31. These are not good offenses. I mean, the Eagles' offense didn't look good yesterday until the fourth quarter, but we know they're at least a championship caliber team. Those other two offenses are not good. And yet Russell Wilson last week, did he look like $1 million playing against that Cowboys defense?
What did he look like last night?
Ass. Terrible.
I want Dylan to apologize to me because he criticized me.
I did not. I just made an observation that he looked good against the Cowboys.
No, when I came in, you just don't like him because Sherm don't like him. No, that's not it at all. I know who he is.
To bring this back to gambling, as I always do.
Oh, my God.
Perfect. The two most bet teams yesterday, Packers -7.5, Cowboys -1.5.
Wow.
Fade the public. Hey. Always fade the public.
Hey, that's good. That's good insight.
I'm about to text Malika and say, y'all trash.
What a great friend. Hey, happy Monday. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing well. You guys suck.
I'm about to text y'all defense is trash.
Yeah, that's good. Let me know how that goes for you. I'd love to find out. And then also text JT Barrett if you don't mind. See if he'll
he might leave me on red.
Yeah, that's probably right. All right, 2 minutes away. We'll talk to Joshua Perry. College football discussion next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are noticing some slower moving traffic for folks over by that 270 and 670 intersection by the airport. But hey, heads up for folks over by 270 and Hamilton Road. Do expect some lane closures out there still. It started yesterday. Will be lasting till next Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, really. 270 in both directions at Hamilton Road, and those overnight hours too, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Parents, are your teens good with money? No. Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Children with Down syndrome in Central Ohio need your support. Join 10 TV, Newman Roofing, and the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk. Join thousands of participants as we come together to celebrate the uniqueness and resiliency of the Down syndrome community. Your participation and donations directly support programs and services for people with Down syndrome and their families. Together we can make a meaningful impact and pave the way for a more inclusive future. Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk.
When it comes to trucks, Toyota gives you the power of choice. Now through September 30th, get 1.75 APR financing or $3,000 customer cash on a powerful new 25 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a 25 Tundra SR Crew Max for $409 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Buckeyes, the Big Ten, and the rest of college football. We tackle it all in the Breakdown with Joshua Perry.
Every Monday, 8:30, we talk to our guy, former Buckeye, NBC sports analyst Joshua Perry on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Good morning, JP. Thanks for jumping on. We appreciate it.
The breakdown. This is, I feel like I'm moving up in the world, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
For sure. Glad to do it. So let's start off. We can go anywhere in college football you want to, but I'm going to start off with Nebraska yet again, having the expectations, getting everybody hyped up, getting some dark horse, could be a playoff team type of discussion. And they have that moment where if they just go out and beat Michigan, suddenly it opens up a lot looking at their schedule. Instead, they're at home. They can't get the job done. And now a lot of that love goes to Michigan. Before we get to them, though, what does that say about this Nebraska program? Because I don't know that you can keep blaming one coach for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? It almost feels like there's a curse on Nebraska. Like I saw the stat over the weekend. I wish I remembered it, but it's been years since they've won a ranked matchup.
I think it's like 28 straight that they've lost, something like that.
Thank you. I think that is accurate. And so, like, there's part of it where you're like, okay, is it a cursed program? That's like a kind of crazy thing to say. When you are at a place that has not done winning at an elite level in a long time, some places have never done it, you have to create this belief basically faith in something that you've not seen before. And it's a difficult thing to generate. On the flip side of that, when you're a team like Michigan and, you're the brand and you have the most wins in college football history, like, you walk into that matchup and there's already just a level of confidence. Like, yeah, we've been here before, and like, sure, it's on the road and our quarterback is young and our wide receivers are trash and our defense is like, good sometimes, it's not good the other times. Like, we're still Michigan. Like, we're going to walk in there and do it. And so I think that's the biggest part of it. Like, Matt Rule's trying to get those guys at Nebraska to believe that they are the program that people saw in the 90s. And like, he is the coach that is the program reviver and the program builder. And it just doesn't click in Lincoln right now. And it's super unfortunate. Their schedule is manageable, so they could pull this thing together. But this was kind of the measuring stick of, like, do we think they're for real or not? And it looks like they're kind of the same old Nebraska right now.
Well, a team that isn't the same old team is Indiana. Talk about this beatdown. And is Fernando Mendoza the best quarterback in the Big Ten?
I was shocked not that Indiana won that football game. They put 63 on the board. I think if they could have, they would have put more on the board. We talked to Curt Cignetti. We had the game on NBC during the week, and our broadcast crew sends over notes from their meeting. And it was really interesting because they were like, what are going to be the keys to the game? And Cignetti was basically like, yeah, we just got to go out and not lose this game. And it's a really crazy thing to say when you're getting ready to play the number 9 team in the country. Like, he knew they were going to be able to go into that stadium and win the way that they did. Here's my thing about Fernando Mendoza is when he transferred from Cal to Indiana, I thought it was one of the biggest transfer portal moves. And then we didn't talk about it anymore. And a lot of people hadn't watched him because, it's Cal football. Like, there's not a good reason to watch. But there's some NFL buzz. And there were people like, hey, this guy's very talented. And Curtis' work was good. We think he's better. And everybody got to see in primetime what he can do. Is he the best quarterback in the Big Ten? I'm not convinced of that. Dante Moore has played really well. Julian Sand has been really good this year, right? Like, I'm kind of out on Drew Aller, but people would throw him in the conversation there. All that to say, I think there are really good quarterbacks in the Big Ten this year. What Fernando Mendoza does extremely well is his operation of that offense, right? Like, he is a guy who is accurate. He makes the right reads. He doesn't slow that thing down, and that's really important to what Cignetti wants to do.
Joshua Perry joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Clemson losing to Syracuse. They are now 1-3. Dabo Swinney had that press conference last week, followed it up with just an atrocious performance on both sides of the football. How hard is it for a coach? Like, you're sitting in that locker room as a player. Coach comes in, you've heard all the stuff in the media. How hard is it for the coach to get players to buy back in after now they're hearing the same things that we're all hearing? They're seeing it from the inside out, but they've heard all the rumors. Like, is Dabo going to lose his job? Probably not, but the fan base wants something to happen. How hard is it for players to stay focused in that type of situation?
Well, T-Bone, I know that you certainly enjoyed your cup of Dabo tears this weekend. We showed on our highlight the image of him wiping the tears away, and I'm like, in my brain, don't laugh, right? Like, because it is the follow-up to everything. It's like this whole, I'm going to do it my way, and you guys are stupid for even questioning if my way can work as this game starts to evolve. And then last week even doubled down. Well, if you guys are tired of winning, you'll get rid of me. And it's like, I think you're tired of winning right now. And part of this is the idea that organizations have to change. We saw Nick Saban go from being the guy who could win a game 9-6 to dude who had all the Heisman players on offense, right? Like, you have to be able to do things differently. And so I think part of this is that not only are the players hearing what people in the media are saying about their coach and about that program and who they think they are, which, by the way, people in the media, a person in the media, this is Florida State from last year. They are 2024 Florida State, the team that we thought was top 10 at the beginning of the year and is booty cheeks right now. And it feels like they're dead in the water. The wheels have fallen off. And part of this is that Dabo's message has not changed. And so they're hearing the craziness from the media, and they got that coach who's sitting up there probably saying the same stale things he's been saying for years. And that's where I think he's got to figure that part out. I suggested last week that Dabo should leave Clemson. Not Clemson should fire him. They shouldn't do that because he has made that program into something that I would have never thought they could be. But he should leave because there comes a certain point where you just got to get a change of scenery and be in a different place and have different people in your ear, different people pushing you, different challenges, be uncomfortable in different ways. I think that would be the best case scenario. And by the way, we got fooled in week 1, and I've been saying it for a few weeks now. LSU is also not that good, people, and we used the game that they played against Clemson in week 1 to draw that conclusion. LSU's offense is bad. I'm going off right now. They're bad. They can't run the ball. They don't throw it very well down the field. It's a small offense. And so as we're starting to make our evaluations, the number 3 or 4 team in the country or whatever they are is not that good.
Well, I'm glad that you are going on this rant because we want to talk to you about your former linebacker coach that's in Camp Randall right now. You talk about booty cheeks. What's going on up there? Will he survive, Josh? And I want the analyst Joshua Perry. I don't want the former player Josh Perry.
Well, I'm going to give you both. I mean, I feel bad for my guy, right? It's really difficult to watch. And I was arguing with somebody else who, in the media space, actually, who was like, well, it seems like Luke Fickell is a lot to Marcus Freeman for that defense and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, by the way, the year that Cincinnati went to the playoffs, Marcus Freeman was already the DC at Notre Dame, and Cincinnati beat Notre Dame in South Bend that year, but neither here nor there. Luke Fickell knows how to coach. Everybody trying to peel this thing back and be like, well, what about the 6-6 year at Ohio State? And when he, Cincinnati's one thing, but he can coach. Their roster is in a really, really difficult spot. And I think mentally they are so beat up right now because they know what's coming down the line. I think getting smacked by Alabama when we were still trying to figure out who they were really hurt them because they were like, okay, that was kind of our can we push a team around? Maybe that's our edge to get a win. And it didn't happen. And they're looking at the schedule they have to play. And I think they're we really might go 2-10 this year. To answer the question about does he get fired, buyout's $25 million. I think the highest buyout ever paid in the Big Ten was Tom Allen when Indiana fired him. That was $16 million. This would be one of the highest buyouts to be paid out in college football history if they do it. I know everybody looks at Jimbo, and that was an anomaly of what they did. Most schools are very conservative, especially now when it comes to the rev share era and trying to figure out NIL. More conservative than throwing $25 million at a guy to not coach. It's bad. They're not going to win very many games, and I'm hoping that they can go out there and look at least competitive during the season this year.
Well, Joshua, one more thing on that, because Luke Fickell, the thoughts have been maybe if he does ever leave Wisconsin, either on his own or gets fired or whatever, if that happens down the line, would there ever be a pathway for him to come back to Ohio State as a coordinator? You know the man pretty well. Could you see him ever coming back to Ohio State, not in a head coaching capacity, but in some other capacity than that, given now he's been a head coach a few places?
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I know that he loves Columbus. He loves this community. This is his home. He grew up here and then played here, coached here forever, right? I could certainly see that. I could also see a world, and this is pure speculation. This is not I've talked to him about this. I could see a world where he's damn, I've got 6 kids, and I have been coaching through a lot of being a dad. And that life is stressful. You look at him right now, you can see the stress on his face. Maybe he does the thing that Dabo said he wouldn't do. Maybe Luke Fickell goes to the beach, right? Maybe he just spends a little bit of time to himself. He goes up to New England and he hangs out with Vrabel for a little while and they just talk ball, but he's not really working. He's just, getting back into that right frame of mind. I could see a world where that happens too, but I know I want what's best for him. I know what's best for him is not that schedule they got to play this year.
Always good stuff, Joshua. We appreciate it. We'll talk again next week, all right?
All right. Take care, guys.
There you go. He is Joshua Perry, NBC sports analyst, former Buckeye, right here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Buzzer time is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning to you. We are noticing a new crash out on the roads. This time it's happening over on the east side by Reynoldsburg and Bryce this morning. The left lane is currently blocked on 70 just west, just past State Route 256 as well because of a crash. A little bit restricted, but the road is still open this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Get Eco.
ECO.
We come through for you when you need us to.
Our scuba diving plumbers can do anything.
Increase your water pressure.
Give you unlimited hot water.
Fix your drips and leaks.
Soften your water so it doesn't leave spots.
Install a whole house filter.
Replace your shower heads and faucets so your house looks brand new.
And provide you with winning lottery numbers.
Get Eco.
ECO.
They cannot provide you with winning lottery numbers.
I can.
Tell us.
3, 21, 24, 34, 46. That's $103 million.
Those numbers will be this week's winners?
No, those were the winning numbers a month ago.
Get Eco.
ECO.
But EcoFi Advantage is a guaranteed winner.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and incredibly handsome HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus. It's fall or autumn, as the losers like to say. What does that mean in the car world? That means places like Germain Lexus want to clear out all of their 2025 inventory to make room for the 2026 models. And for you, the customer, that means big savings. Take advantage of their lack of space with aggressive pricing. They also have plenty of L-certified vehicles on the lot for the fall collection sales event. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my friends. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Tailgate season is here, and if your grill makes you have to duck when you light it, it's time for an upgrade. Billiards Plus carries top-of-the-line grills that you can pass down to your kids and gifts the whole family will enjoy. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Morning Juice is live on YouTube. Weekday mornings starting at 6 or on demand whenever you want it. Yeah, whenever. By hobby carpenters at your beck and call. And Tito's there too, to clean the toilets. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Now joining us, 1/3 of Bishop and Friends, he is Ryan Baker. He's of many talents.
Debbie Downer today.
I am a little bit.
Yes, you are.
But
did you not get a Snickers bar this morning?
No, I didn't. I don't eat Snicker bars in the morning.
That's what you need. You hungry. You hangry.
Oh, is that I'm Betty White right now? Is that what you're saying?
You're not you when you're hungry. That's what it is.
There were so many good things this weekend.
Well, you got to tell them what you're talking about.
What, the good things?
Yeah.
Well, Ohio Dominican football. They beat Tiffin for the first time since 2016.
Really?
The Blue Jackets were back on ice last night. I was back in my happy place, Nationwide Arena. That was good. The Browns won, even though I got no enjoyment out of it.
That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense. How is somebody... You're more mad that they won than if they would have lost.
No, I'm not mad that they won. They just drive me insane. This team makes it so hard to root for them. Like Quinshon Judkins is running up and down the field. Let's throw a pass on 1st and goal to Luke Whippler.
They gave him the ball.
I don't understand Stefanski's play calling at all.
Well, first of all, why are you hating on Luke?
I'm not hating on Luke, but has Luke ever caught a pass in his life?
It was the unexpected.
Stop.
No, everybody expected Quinshon to get the ball.
And this is the problem with the Cleveland Browns to me, is that Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski feel like they are the smartest guy in every room. And guess what? They probably are in a lot of them. They are book smarter than most. But they drive me insane. And you know what else ticked me off about this Browns win? Is Jordan Love, through the first 2 weeks of the season, had me believing. Like, wait a second. Maybe the Packers can do this. And I was like, you know what? I think maybe the Packers can get to the Super Bowl.
Did you put a wager on that?
Don't let me fall for that ever again, because Jordan Love, you are not the guy. Grant Delpit was in the other team's jersey. He was not your intended receiver.
He hated him.
Whatever. It was one of the worst throws I've ever. Like, what are we doing?
I like how you're saying the Browns, they win and you're mad about it, but I get it. Like, here's the thing I understand. Rewarding bad decisions. Like when Cam Ward for the Titans, week 1, remember how he had that touchdown pass where he ran all around and threw it late back over the middle? And it worked.
You should never do that.
Right. Don't reward bad behavior.
And here's the problem.
And that's what I feel like a little bit happened with Kevin Stefanski is like you're rewarding a terrible offensive game plan by getting bailed out by this defense.
You're right with that, because it was like when, let's go for it on every 4th down. Well, the pass should have get intercepted. It tips right to Cedric Tillman. You're like, let's go. And then the next one you fumble when they return it for a touchdown.
They showing the Jordan Love interception. You don't see how he baited him like that?
I feel like an NFL quarterback should see that. That happens to them on every play.
He ran with the tight end and then just fell off at the end. Like it was just such a high IQ play by Delpit. Like you're worried about saying that Jordan Love is bad, but technically the credit
I'm not saying Jordan Love is bad. I'm saying he will not get this Packers team to a Super Bowl. But I'm saying
for this interception that's thrown, you think it's more so on Jordan Love when it's not. It's more so that Delpit made a great play.
I think a really good NFL quarterback figures that out.
Well, he probably should have pump faked. He probably should have went to throw it and seen him.
Would Tom Brady have thrown that pass?
Maybe.
Stop.
Maybe.
Now, Baker, let's talk about something happier. Like you said, Jackets just started up.
But I know you're wearing the hats.
I am. Got to support. Preseason's here. Now, I also know you are a big Reds fan. And I just checked the standings, and my Mets and your Reds are currently holding the final 2 wild card spots right now.
I'm very happy for that. I'm not going to lie. When the Reds lost the first 2 games of the Brewers series about a month ago, they just gave them up. I quit paying attention. So the fact that they are in a playoff spot right now,
in the same place. Yeah,
I am very, very happy about that for my Reds. I don't know what the hell your Mets are doing other than being the Mets is what they always do.
I shouldn't even brought it up because like I'm where you are with the Browns where it's like I want you to lose. You deserve to actually lose this and be embarrassed for how they have played down the stretch.
But I am not going to be a bandwagon Reds fan. I am not going to jump back on here this past 6 weeks. If they get into the playoffs, I will start paying attention again. But guess what?
America's team?
I'm not watching until they get to the playoffs.
You're not watching America's team?
Listen, I am going to do my part. I bowed out. I am going to stay out. So listen, this is no joke, Tyvis, and you're going to hate this because you were on this team. But when you guys won the national championship,
you jumped off the band.
I was working at a company that has the color brown and delivers packages.
Okay.
So I had to get up at 2 a.m. all the time. I won't lie. The Alabama game, I fell asleep in the middle of the second quarter. Didn't even watch the national championship game because I was like, I didn't watch this. They won. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to fall asleep, and I'm not going to watch, and they're going to win.
Fan. That's a real fan there. That's
so,
what
Reds, I'm out until the playoffs. I'm not going to watch.
Okay. You don't want to jinx it.
So they're not America's team.
They've always been America's team. It certainly isn't the Dallas Cowboys.
Before we let you go, the chat wants to know that will you bet, would you take a pie to the face if Green Bay goes to the Super Bowl?
I mean, no, that's dumb. Like, what's the point
Have
of
you
that?
met this show?
I'm already
listen, a lot of dumb things on this show.
I'm eating a ton of crow for picking Clemson. Nobody realizes, like all these other teams we talked about that we said that we're going to be good are going to be good, and that's okay. Dabo, I'm dead. Dabo's dead to me too. I'm never ever picking Clemson in anything.
You can't. You guys have Austin Ward coming on at 10:30. Jake Budd at 11:30. Is that right?
That is correct.
There you go. Bishop and Friends. 3 hours coming up next.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
All right, Kelsey Mitchell. Buckeye. Buckeye.
Talk about it.
Put the leaf. She didn't even have a helmet. Give her a helmet. Put leaves on it because she is awesome. 34 points last night to lead the Caitlin Clark-less, the Sophie Cunningham-less Indiana Fever to a Game 1 upset over the Las Vegas Aces, 89-73. Mark it down.
Baller.
Did you see Caitlin's tweets?
No.
She was all happy for Kelsey, rooting her on.
That's great. She got fined.
That's
$200.
right. You know what that's
Who
called?
did?
Caitlin did. The bench mob. They was all on the court and whatnot, so they got fined.
You know what I call that?
She can pay it.
Yeah.
That was a little Kelsey Mitchell stolen valor from Caitlin Clark. You didn't participate. Sit over there and just be happy for it. That's fine. Don't try to get in on this.
He is a big Caitlin Clark hater. Big Caitlin Clark
I don't forget the Cody McMahon technical that she got against Iowa. I never forget that.
How about the flop on the court at the shot?
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's right.
Fans shouldn't have been out there.
Never forget. Never forget. Bishop and Friends coming up next. Have a great Monday. We will see you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Monday. Still noticing some slowdowns for folks throughout the metro, especially if you live over in Grove City. Taking 71 northbound, do expect to look at 50 miles per hour for your travel times over by Green Lawn Avenue. Hey, a similar situation for folks in Reynoldsburg and Bryce as well. Taking 70 westbound heading into the city. And lastly, for folks in Delaware County, good morning to you. If you are stepping out the door, do be mindful. 23 south, a little bit slower than usual between 36 to 270. That will take you about 20 minutes this Monday morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu.